Oh, so I'm seriously considering getting a dog now.
What?
Like it's serious business now.
What?
Should we be
I'm
worried for this
Where
dog?
did this come from?
Should we be like? Is Arian getting held hostage?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's me, guys. It's me. These are my tweets. It's this is what it is.
Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Thursday. It's September 5th. All right, we're back. And so is football, baby. NFL football is back. As of right now, it is the day of the NFL kickoff. And I can't even begin to tell you guys how excited I am. I haven't been this excited about a football season in a very long time.
I think I forgot how much I loved football in the last 8 months. And then on Saturday, I was sitting there watching. I was like, holy shit, I love football so much.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget about it, and then it's back, and it's like, where have you been all my life?
And now I'm back in the spot where the week leading into a big game, I forgot. I mean, these things drag.
Yeah, it drags, but there's also like a beautiful pattern to it that you forget about when you're outside of football season. Sure, we miss the games, we miss all that, but it puts you into such a nice routine during football season. And the routine is pretty much like this, at least as a Commanders fan historically. Sunday night, depressed. Monday morning, depressed. Tuesday morning, I'll read about how depressed I am because I'll start to read the articles about how we lost. Wednesday, check out the injury report and then start to get my bets in order for the Thursday night game. Wednesday goes by, which is basically Thursday already. Then Thursday shows up. You got the Thursday night game. You're already back in the football weekend. And then Friday is just free play. Saturday, college football. Sunday, hopeful at the start, and then depressed at the end. But it's beautiful to be back in that same routine.
Yeah.
Like I can plan my life
Every
now.
day has a purpose.
Yes, I had too much freedom before football came back. Now I feel like when I wake up in the morning on a Monday, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reading articles because we're probably going to win a lot of games this year, hopefully. But Monday morning, I can't wait to click on articles. I can't wait to watch Get Up. I can't wait to watch NFL Network.
You're the first person to ever say that.
Well, I mean, when your team wins,
right.
They'll probably lead off with the Dallas Cowboys, no matter what happens. But I can't wait to just get back into that football routine, and we made it back to football. So congratulations, everyone. I'm proud of you
Good
all.
game tonight, too.
Very good game. Yeah.
Who's
Chiefs Ravens.
Ooh.
Now, Arian, Lamar says that he's in the best shape of his life. He says that he lost, 15 pounds this offseason? Now, Lamar, the knock on Lamar has never been that he's a fat ass. But he says that he feels lighter, he feels faster, so he's very excited about this year. But I feel like with a quarterback that's already – well, you know what I think it probably was? You remember when Trump got arrested when he's turned himself in Atlanta, and then his height and weight was like Lamar Jackson. Lamar probably saw that, and he was like, he's the same weight as me. I got to lose some weight.
Gotta lose some pounds.
So now Lamar's down to like 205, 210.
Ooh, is he really?
Yeah.
I thought it was Derrick Henry, that Trump was the same as Derrick Henry.
No, Derrick Henry's more, I think. I think Trump was 6'3" and 215 or 220.
No, he was like two. I don't know. You got it.
I thought I remembered seeing that he was the same as Derrick Henry, but that
Trump,
could be wrong.
height, weight, Atlanta. Let's see what
I thought it was 235. I thought they was in 235.
215.
Oh, hell no.
6'3", 215. According to the Fulton County jail records.
But they don't weigh you when you go to jail, right? You just tell them.
I guess you can just tell them.
I don't
are you
know.
saying that
Tell
Trump's
us.
a liar?
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What'd you say?
I said, tell us, man.
Oh, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's been almost 20 years since I've been in jail.
But they didn't put you on a scale.
Not that I remember, but I was also still drunk. So
Derrick Henry's 6'3", 245.
Yeah, so Trump was saying he's the same size as Lamar. Lamar saw that, he was like, I got to lose some weight. That's my theory, at least. When I checked into jail, they that's a nice way to put it, right? Like you're going to the Four Seasons.
You went voluntarily.
Yeah, I went to the front desk, registration. I definitely told them I was 6 feet tall. And then the person looked at me. They're like, "You're not 6 feet
That's
tall."
in the record forever.
No, but they called me
Oh.
on it. Yeah,
That's-
I shot too high.
That's insult to injury.
If I'd said 5'11", they probably would have just like waved me through.
Yeah,
But saying 6 feet, they're like, "Come on, dude.
that's tough.
Might as well say that you weigh 400 pounds."
You could have gotten away with 5'10"
I think in
with shoes.
all the like muss and fuss of the chaotic environment of a police station, if I just say 5'11" as I'm going through, they probably just like write it down and send me on my way. But they were not expecting me to start out with a 6.
Because who's lying about 5'11"?
Yeah, no one.
Right.
5'11" people say they lie. They say they're 6.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one claims 5'11". Maybe I'll start doing that. Arian, are you going to watch football this year?
Yeah. I watched a lot more than I have in a lot, of my past former life. So
Arian was tweeting
good,
about
Joe.
Florida State Boston College.
it was good. It was good.
Oh, I love that.
It's good to be back, man. It's like seeing your ex out and about, and have a seat next to her at the bar. Have some drinks, and you guys have a good conversation. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah. And one thing leads to another.
And
9 months
who
later.
Who knows what might go down? Another baby number 6. Maybe let's go.
It was a fun game on Monday. If you're a Bill O'Brien fan, which I know you are, you love Bill. But I have a question about Bill O'Brien's shirt that he was wearing. Did you notice the armpit stains on Bill O'Brien?
A little soggy, yeah.
They were in Tallahassee. It's hot.
He had the armpit stains that went down the sleeve of his shirt.
Yeah,
like,
you
all
know
the
why?
way to
Because
the
he was
end.
coaching his ass off.
He was, yeah,
And he was running the ball down Florida State's throat.
yeah. That was a great job.
I said he got out coached. The FSU got out coached, and people thought I was like, taking a shot at Bill O'Brien. Like, you got out coached by him? Like, nah. I've always thought he was a great coach. I really do. I think he's an amazing offensive mind, and you could tell that them boys was ready to play. FSU, they're not coached well.
Boston College ran a wheel route out of the backfield like 3 times in a quarter, and it would have been 3 40-yard gains if the running back didn't drop one of them.
Yep. And one of them, they was in zone. I'm like, how do you fuck that up? In zone. It was crazy.
Yeah, they are not a good football team.
Nah, I'll
They're
be surprised
talented.
if they win 5 games this year.
I was looking at their schedule. There, I don't know that they're making a bowl game.
Nah, I don't think so.
Mike Norvell is just he coached he did a good job last year, and then something happened.
Yeah, like they have talent. I don't know that the talent meshes well.
So I was not aware of this, but there's a dude who said if FSU loses to Boston College, he was gonna eat a cup of shit.
And he's tuck tail and run. Nobody can find him.
He's in hiding.
Yep. Now Jack Mack, our one of our colleagues here, has found him.
Okay.
And has been like texting him like, you got to eat the shit. And so Jack Mack is very invested in this, and he's like, we're gonna get this guy to eat the dog shit.
Should we give him a call?
You want to call him?
Yeah, let's call Jack Mack, see where we're at on this case. He said he would eat a red Solo cup filled with dog poop if they lost.
That's
Did you see
crazy.
John Rich though?
Yeah, I did see that.
See who?
John Rich.
I didn't see this.
John Rich works for us. I don't know how to describe him. He's primarily a blogger. Is he from Indy?
He's from I thought he's
I
from Ohio.
have
He's from Ohio.
I have Jack on the line.
Okay.
Hey, we're talking. Arian is interested.
Tell him he's live.
You're live on the show, by the way. Arian is interested in the dog shit eater, and I told him that you've tracked him down. We just wanted to know if you had any more updates.
Unfortunately, not. I kind of, I wouldn't say I crossed the line, but I got really close to the line of that was like borderline harassment and whatnot. So I had to kind of call off the dogs. I decided once I sent the text, you have to eat the dog shit. That was that. And then I was going to let the chips fall. He hasn't returned to Twitter. Somebody faked that they were him. It was his official account's 321 Knoll. Somebody came back, or somebody changed their Twitter account to 321 Knowles. I think this guy has completely he's gone. I've not heard anything outside of The fact that he's not online. We tried to get him back on Twitter, but he just wouldn't come on. He wouldn't come back. We tried to essentially negotiate a peace deal, a treaty, but he wouldn't listen.
So you think we're not getting the dog shit?
I'd be really shocked, but it's kind of one of those cases where you know how it's like you have 48 hours to solve a murder, and if you don't, then the chances drop significantly. It's one of those, like, if we get to tomorrow and he's not eating the dog shit, I guess he's really concerned about getting fired from his job, but his job, he's a union. He's part of a union. I mean, he's not going to get fired.
What if they
hang on, Aaron's
ask him what if they bargain with him, negotiate. Like what if it's urine? You know what I'm saying?
Arian said, could we potentially strike a deal for urine or something?
Urine? What? No. We rejected a human poop offer, so no. Urine is not.
He'd rather eat human poop than dog poop.
This guy said he'd eat human, but not dog.
We rejected a human poop offer. Yep.
What about? Can't he do it with a mask on and be like, "This is me. I'm not going to identify myself for work reasons."
I do agree with that, but I think he doesn't. He also doesn't want to eat the dog shit, which is what it comes back to.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, bro.
He's a fugitive.
Yeah, he's on the run. He deleted. He had so much foresight into knowing how the internet would react. He deleted his Instagram and Facebook before anybody knew. Like he had a Facebook and Instagram that his friends were on before the game, and then when he deleted his Twitter, which was anonymous, I guess he knew that because he gave his real name to other people within the college football burnerverse, that he would be exposed, and he deleted everything. And he has a very just normal Instagram.
Did this guy ever actually exist?
Maybe it's a psyop. You never know. It could be one big psyop, and maybe they're trying to distract us from something. You never know. It's one of those things that I'm open to a lot of explanations for.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this from the perspective of who benefits from it, I actually think that Mike Norvell benefits from it the most, because no one's talking about how bad FSU is. Most people are talking about this guy that won't eat the poop.
It would be a fascinating development, but I wouldn't put it past anybody. How PR works in this modern age, people are very smart. Now, I will say this guy tweeted it out on August 27th. And also, after that, he doubled down on it multiple times, I'm told by multiple sources. So this guy can't just be like it was a joke. No, he doubled down throughout the week.
But we don't think we're getting it?
I would be shocked, man. But I think maybe at one point he kind of comes to the realization that if, let's just say Florida State just continues to stink for the next few years, it's on him. Like, yeah. It's really on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody should ask Dion if he'd go back to Florida State if this guy ate the poop, and then Dion should say yes.
Oh, yeah, that would be crazy.
You should also put it one step further. Say, will you get Shedeur and Travis Hunter to come back for another year?
Yeah, if he eats the poop. So I've heard there are conversations that are happening right now that Dion would go to Florida State and bring Shedeur and Travis with him if this guy ate the poop. I heard that people are talking about it.
Yep, clip that out, put it out, and. That's that. I'm also hearing that.
It's on him.
I just heard it.
You know who was committed to Florida State?
Who's that?
Travis Hunter.
Interesting.
Hunter, yep.
Good vibes. Travis Hunter sniffed this guy out.
Yeah.
Your whole fan base is being painted as fraudulent because of the actions of one fan.
I have to
and
go.
That's sad.
We're talking about the government hiding shit in pop culture today. You got any thoughts on that?
Government like hiding stuff in pop culture? Like, what do you mean?
Predictive programming. Like they put stuff out to acclimate you, so when it actually happens, then you've already seen it before in a movie.
I don't have any expertise on that, but I would not be shocked by that at all. It's kind of like a new form of, if they were doing MK Ultra like in the 60s and 70s, you can only imagine what they're doing now, man. Like, it's like, this is documented stuff.
Yep.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See ya.
There you have it. That's the number one journalist on the Florida State dog shit story.
So I have a little bit of experience in this realm, in this world.
More than a little.
I have mouth-on experience with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I can speak to eating horse poop, but I can't speak to eating dog poop. So when the Capitals, I believe I said during the Eastern Conference semifinals, or maybe right before the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Penguins, I said, if they win, I would eat horse poop, because we were talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers victory parade where your people, Mad Dog, went so crazy that one guy just ran out in the middle of the parade and grabbed a piece of horse poop and ate it in celebration. I said offhand that I would do that if the Capitals beat the Penguins. They ended up beating the Penguins, and I went to Central Park with Hank, and Hank was my witness. I ate a piece of horse poop.
Yeah, you just tell me.
I think that dog poop is way grosser than horse poop.
Oh, I disagree.
'Cause
Having
I
eaten
think
neither.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Horse poop tastes like poop, but
I mean,
also
I
hay and
can't-
grass.
I can't speak to that. All I can speak to is, like, my mom's grew up on a farm, and every night we would go visit my grandpa, and he had a ranch, and it gets to a point where it's a pretty tolerable smell. Like, it ain't bad. It smells like a ranch, right? Dog shit, I'll never get used to that smell. Like, every time somebody's dog shits and I smell, it's just I want to throw up. But like horse shit, like, it's almost tolerable.
Yeah, because it's mostly hay and grass. And dogs, it's more poop. It's just pure poop.
What was the
Or whatever they find, the
consistency?
scavengers.
It was some poop, but yeah, there were like strands of hay in there. And
On a how do I want to phrase this? On a hardness scale, 0 being liquid, 10 being dry.
I'd say probably like a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
Now, it's been a long time since I did it. This was 2018, I think. So I don't know. I didn't swallow it. My intention was to chew it and swallow it. I put it in my mouth and I bit down a couple times, and then it was like an involuntary instinct to spit it out. I could not swallow it.
Naturally, bro. Your body rejected that shit.
Yeah. So shout out to my body. Hank did actually he witnessed the entire thing. There's some truthers out there, some poop truthers that say I did not actually put the poop in my mouth. Hand up, I was not doing a good job with my awareness, knowing exactly where the camera was, so my back is to the camera. But Hank was the one that was making me do it, and he was standing right next to me, and he saw it, and it was so gross to him that he started throwing up after I threw up. So I've got experience with that, but again, I feel like dog shit is way worse than horse shit. Big T, if there was any sort of poop, mammal poop, you can't do like, insect poop or anything like that. What do you think would be the easiest one to eat?
Man. I have no idea.
Crawfish.
That's not a mammal.
Oh, you said mammal. Okay. I thought you said animal. My bad.
You're right, because you eat crawfish poop when you eat crawfish sometimes.
That's what I'm saying. But that shit I ate to me.
What do we think about cat?
Oh no, you know what? You can get like parasites and.
Oh yeah, as opposed to the other shit that's completely.
I think cat
pretty...
shit will actually drive you crazy. I think there's something in cat poop that affects your brain and it stays with you for life sometimes.
Why do you know this? I'm gonna double check, but I don't. Like, why do you know this?
Do you want to know the real reason why I know this?
Please.
Billy football.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a Billy
sense.
fact. It was a Billy fact.
Makes sense.
But I looked into it, and I think he's right. Cat shit would be bad.
So would you pick horse again?
I think I might pick horse again. I think I might go back for. I liked it so much. I don't know what else. Like birds, they're not mammals, are they? Yeah. No, they're not. I feel like bird shit would probably be right up there.
Just mix that in a Gatorade.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's liquid. It's pee and poop.
Yeah.
They just got the one hole.
Eating cat poop can cause a number of health issues, including toxoplasmosis, a common infection caused by the parasite Toxoplasma gondii. I hope that's not how to pronounce that. That can be transmitted by cat poop or undercooked meat. Most people don't have symptoms, but may experience flu-like symptoms, confusion, blurred vision, or other more serious issues. If you get toxoplasmosis during pregnancy, you can pass it on to your baby, which can lead to miscarriage, preterm birth, or stillbirth. I'm not saying nothing about going crazy. Eating poop is generally considered to be non-toxic. It can rarely lead to more serious illnesses.
Yeah.
If you or someone know eats poop, you should drink plenty of fluids and closely observe the person.
What about dog poop? Can you look up what happens? What are the dangers of eating dog poop?
Yeah, sure, man.
I know they've got parasites sometimes in there.
Eating dog poop can cause illness and infections due to the bacteria parasites it contains. Some bacteria commonly found in fecal matter include Shigella, Vibrio, Salmonella, and E. coli. These bacteria can cause severe diarrhea, abdominal pain, bloody stools, fever, nausea, and vomiting. Parasites like amoebas and Giardia
Yeah,
can cause
Giardia.
severe diarrhea, abdominal pain, bloody stools, fever, nausea, and vomiting. Also, toxoplasmosis, roundworm. The larva can migrate through the body into the brain, lungs, kidneys, livers, and hearts and eyes. Tapeworms can affect humans through pores or the skin by being ingested.
Blake had Giardia. That's not something you want to get. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm seriously considering getting a dog now.
What?
Like it's serious business now.
What?
Should we be worried for this dog?
Where did this come from?
Should we be concerned? Like, is Arian getting held hostage?
No, I'm good. It's me, guys. It's me. These are my tweets. This is what it is. I have been seeing this dog, Malinois.
Yeah.
And
They'll
they're
kill
like
you.
greatly trained dogs, right? They're greatly trained dogs. And so I have just been kicking it around because like I have had a dog before. I don't know if y'all remember. I know I probably lost him before, y'all. But he was a husky. His name was Yoko. I liked him. That was my dog, right? Literally and figuratively. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I had a little man follow me around? You know what I'm saying? I go to the golf course, you know what I'm saying? Me and him walk the course. It might be cool. So I'm kicking the idea around to get a little Malinois, all black.
Okay.
I don't know that they're going to let you take that killing machine onto the golf course.
If he's trained, they absolutely will. It's a private club.
I would check first.
Yeah.
But also, you're gonna have to like
private course.
You're gonna like have to send it somewhere to get trained. Like,
of course, I'm not gonna train it. The fuck?
I'm gonna bring.
well, no, those things. I mean, those things will literally kill you.
I just texted Chaps to see if he can come in here because Chaps, he has trained Belgian Malinois. That was his job. Yeah. In the military. So these dogs are, I mean, they're the most athletic dogs in the world.
Where did this come from?
I just spent 2 minutes explaining that.
But like where the sudden desire?
I mean, I don't know. Where does your sudden desire to watch football come from? I don't believe in free will.
No, we should encourage Arian because this is good development. I think that he's like actually considering getting a dog. So Arian, when you think about this dog and the exercise,
it's not gonna make me like your dog though.
I'm not saying I don't care.
Okay, I'm just saying.
This is good.
Saying.
This is healthy progress. So,
got you.
Do you run? Do you ever go for runs?
Yeah.
So you might have to go for very long runs with this dog.
I got about a mile plus in me, but that's it. Like a little bit over a mile and a half, maybe 2. But I'm not going over no 2 miles.
Okay, we'll talk to Chaps about it.
We've never led you astray with our suggestions.
No pun intended.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So
I think you should get a dog. I'm not sure if the Malinois is the right one. We'll talk to Chaps.
Why? Talk me out of it. I mean,
well, I feel like Chaps isn't one to talk to. I just be telling you what I've heard from people like Chaps about Malinois.
And what have you heard? I'm game.
They need to have a lot of activity, and if they don't, they will tear your house apart.
Really?
Yeah, they're super smart. They're super athletic. They're one of the smartest dogs in the world. They're one of the most athletic dogs in the world. I've seen videos of them. You've probably seen the same ones where they like sprint up a tree
Yeah.
and then grab shit out of the air. They
Yeah.
need to have stuff like that to do. Not saying that you have to like run them up a tree, but they need to have lots of activity, or else they'll just go crazy.
Damn.
But I want to hear from Chaps what he has to say about it. So hopefully he's around and he can get in here and explain it.
Would you get it as like a newborn, like a little puppy?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get a grown ass.
They're so cute as puppies.
I
They look like little
will get it
wolves.
and I will have it trained for a good, like, I don't know however long it takes, and then reacclimate him back to my house to where he does everything that I say on command. And
Don't they use?
Sometimes they speak to them in German.
I was literally just gonna say that because don't they use Malinois as police dogs sometimes?
Yep. You're
So
getting
when
a cop.
I was in when I was in Miami my last year in the NFL, I that's when I first got, well, I got him like a year before that. That's when I first got Yoko. And then I met this dude on the gram. I'm sorry, not on the gram. He's on the gram. I met this dude in Fort Lauderdale who trains the police dogs for Miami PD. And he was like, yo, let me train your dog. I was like, bet. He's like, but I'm just letting you know, like, he said, you got a he said, you got a punter. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, in the world of like dogs being compared to football players, like the husky's a punter. Like he's not gonna be mean. Like he's soft. And I was like, that's fine. I just wanted to do what I say. So he trained him and he gave us the commands, and the commands were in German. So I used to tell him Zeets and all that shit. Yeah.
That I can just imagine Arian speaking German to a dog. Nine.
I doubt. So like to this day, like when I go pick up my daughter, and like he'll run around, and because he remembers me, he runs around. I'll be like Zeet, and he'll sit right in front of me and wag his tail.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got Chaps in here. Okay. So Chaps, Arian just said, I'm thinking about getting a dog. And we were all like, yes, that's awesome, because Arian's a known dog hater.
Right.
And so it's like the Grinch, his heart grew 3 sizes that day. I'm not sure if you got recently vaxxed or what happened, but that's a joke. But Arian then said, yeah, you ever hear of a dog called a Belgian Malinois?
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, I don't know if that's necessarily the greatest dog for you. And I tried to explain what I've heard from you and others about Belgian Malinois being super intelligent and also super energetic, and what you have to do to make sure that they're good dogs to be around when they're at home. But I don't know a hundredth as much about Malinois as you do. So you want to just explain to him what you've done with Malinois and then give him some advice on whether or not that's the dog for him.
Can we start with what are you looking for with a dog?
Yeah, I'm looking for a little homie who don't act up.
Yep.
Don't start no shit. But you know, we could chill. We can go on the golf course. He could walk the course with me. You know, see, he aight with kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, does what I say, because I don't want no problems.
Yeah.
So that's basically just the little homie to kick it with. You know what I mean?
How much time are you willing to invest in training? Like not just like initially, but weekly.
I'm not going to train him.
Okay, you don't want a Malinois. Like, I would, by what you said, Arian, the last dog on planet Earth that you should get would be a Malinois. Like if you want one that's like that's just going to be like one of the chill homies, absolutely not. Like these dogs go. Dog handlers like me like these dogs because they will go for hours. Like I could go do a roadside sweep with a Malinois for 3.5, 4 hours without stopping, and they are cool with it. Still got energy with their tongue hanging down to the floor. They need to go all day long. They're bred to be workers. So if you have anything that you value in your home, I would get rid of it if you got a Malinois. They're essentially like having an unleashed crocodile roaming around your house.
That's fucking insane, bro.
And like they're happy when their teeth are chattering, when they're biting something where it feels like that their lower jaw is going to break. They bite so strong,
fucking
so hard.
psychos.
They are fast. They're as fast as greyhounds, and they have the bite of a pit bull. Like they are a dog that I'm a firm believer. I wouldn't have a Malinois in my home. Like they're just
sad. Damn.
when they're trained well. Like they're the best working dog that there is by 1,000 miles. Home dog, I would put them. I mean, bottom 2 or 3 breeds that you could have, like to be in your home. And I love Malinois. They've saved my life. They are terrible pets.
So Chaps is probably the biggest Malinois fan in the entire world. Like he owes his life to this dog, and he's like, "You don't want this fucking dog."
Like when my old dog Saika, he was a Shepherd Malinois mix, and whenever he was going up for adoption, he was about 10 or 11, something like that. They called me and they were like, "Do you want to adopt him?" And I was like, "Is he still the same way he is, like energy wise?" And they're like, "Oh yeah." Like you wouldn't even be able to tell, like thinking that I would think that was a good thing. It's like, nah, dude, I'm not bringing that motherfucker around like my 4 and 5-year-old. You crazy? Like no way.
You don't have any little kids in your house, do you?
A little bit.
So if you get them from a puppy, they will be insanely protective of a kid. Like their person, their people, they are wildly protective. And if you can harness it, it's fantastic. But you have to have time. Like you have to be willing to go out there and run with your dog. Like the sprints that you're talking about doing, getting in shape and doing all that, your dog would have to do all that. You have to basically wear those dogs out to make it worth it to have them at home.
Yeah.
On a daily basis. If you want something similar that has a similar look to a Malinois that's extremely loyal, that does all those things, a Ridgeback is a great one to have because they look fierce. They have the ridge along their back. They were originally bred to be lion hunters, and they have a more docile like type of disposition when they're in the house.
They're cool dogs.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a beautiful dog right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
they
they
look pretty similar.
They get like a little mohawk.
Yeah, and they're really
Rhodesian
nice.
Ridgeback.
Yep.
Now, I didn't bring Chaps on here to scare you out of owning a dog, but
Oh well,
I think you needed to be educated a little bit regarding the Belgian Malinois.
1,000% correct, and I will not be getting the Malinois now.
And I offer all my friends, if you want me to check out a puppy, like if you want to send videos or whatever of a puppy, I'll test like the disposition of the dog too. Like there's some disposition tests. So if you wanted to get a dog from a shelter or go somewhere, I'll even fly down there and help you pick them out. Do like some tests to make sure that they have the type of personality that would go well with kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna if I go through it now. I'm looking at this Ridgeback. This is a gorgeous looking dog. Like
Yeah, right.
this is a nice looking. And you saying they docile? They be chilling?
Yeah, they're chill. Yeah, they're from Rhodesia too.
Okay, give me what else? What else? Okay, Ridgeback is an option. Now you know the vibes. What else?
All right, so
No. These dogs listen.
yeah, a Ridgeback's a really good. Like they were a working dog breed too. Like so they'll work, but they're not as high strung. Like Malinois are bred to be crazy. Like they're the dogs that are running up like 20, 30 feet towers and not even having their feet touch anything but a straight vertical wall. Like these dogs are nuts. They'll jump over a 15-foot canal, no problem. A Ridgeback is a really fast dog too. They're like a higher strung dog, but they're not as intense as a Malinois.
Okay.
I really like those. Do you want it to be like a protector too, or just kind of like chilling?
I mean, I would like. I got it's Texas. You know what I'm saying? I got guns. I'm straight.
Yeah.
But I would like them to be protective over my babies.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
so I would like
Ridgeback's
if somebody comes
good.
in, I would like a growl, and I'd be like, "Nah, he's cool. Don't worry about it." I would
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, I think a Ridgeback probably where that's a good one for you.
I like this. This is like The Bachelor, but for dogs.
That's facts.
Like you
We
took
are-
the Malinois into the fantasy suite, and you're like, she broke it off. I can't.
We
That's
went
not
out
gonna
on a
work.
date and found out she was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
If you wanted one that's in the Shepherd family but is different from a Malinois, not as high drive, a Dutch Shepherd is a great one too, and they have all kinds of different patterns as well.
I've never heard of a Dutch Shepherd. Oh, those are cool. They've got like the brindle.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Nah,
dogs.
they're not as pretty. They're kind of ugly.
Yeah,
That's me.
that was ugly.
Some of our best listeners are Dutch Shepherds.
It looks like a hyena.
Let's see what else would be good for you. For family wise, I really like Australian Shepherds and short-haired pointers too. I think short-haired pointers are really attractive dogs.
They've got the brown head and like the freckles and
Yeah.
and dots on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
this
cool dogs.
this Australian Shepherd look like he gonna give it up. He gonna
Australian Shepherds.
They're super smart. They're the smartest dog that there is.
You can run
He
into
looks- he
like
looks
some
soft.
anxiety issues with an Australian Shepherd, where if they don't get enough exercise or don't have something that's like mentally stimulating, they will start to like lick their paws till they turn raw. They'll start to just go kind of crazy and get a little bit destructive sometimes.
I don't need any of that. I don't need somebody with personality problems. I need somebody who's got their shit together and wants to join the squad and play their role. You know, I need a role player. I don't need to start a show. I don't need to be fucking teaching my dog math.
Yeah, Ridgeback, they're beautiful dogs.
Yeah, you always get somebody commenting on your dog if you have a Ridgeback.
Yeah,
This looks like what I'm looking for. Now, how do they do in the weather and like hot climates? Because it's
They're
hot
fro-
over here.
They're from the desert. I mean,
That's facts. Okay, cool.
yeah. So they have very hot climate is where they were bred, but they also have the ability to acclimate really well. So if you did move, they'd be fine. But those dogs have a tendency to be great in heat. Where you're at, I think it would be awesome for a Ridgeback. Would be perfect.
You might be talking me into it, chaps. Okay, give me some cons. There's a lot of pros. This dog is beautiful, nice brown coat, fits right in. You know,
There's not. I mean, I don't understand why it's not a more popular breed. To me, there's not a whole lot of real downside. They can be lazy when you want to be. They're great, like family movie night. You're hanging out on the couch or laying on the floor. My dog Gus is half Ridgeback. He's a Ridgeback Mastiff mix, and the best dog of all time. Like just the greatest. I don't know of any really downsides to him.
I have. No, maybe I'm thinking about Borbal, which is the South African Mastiff, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking like something that I might give Arian shit about if he owned a Ridgeback. Weren't they colonialist dogs? Like they were
Rhodesia,
imported
yeah,
to
yeah.
Africa by the Dutch
Mm-hmm.
to help the Dutch settlers subjugate the local
But they
population.
denounce all that.
hey, bro.
They denounced it. The dogs. Don't blame the dogs.
Yeah, they
Are
officially
you
denounced.
for me getting a dog or you not for me getting a
No,
dog?
I was thinking about Borbals. I was thinking about
I've like
Borbals.
2 dogs so far, and both of them you brought in Chaps talking me out of Malinois. Now you tell me this nigga is a colonist. Is a colonizer. That's crazy. I don't think you want me to have a dog, PFT.
I'm busting your balls about the colonist part. That's a joke. The Ridgeback, I've known several. They're beautiful dogs. They're good dogs. And I
How
love
big are they? How big are these dogs?
They probably anywhere from 60 to 85, 90 pounds average.
Okay, so good size.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, big dog. About the same. So Malinois, they're also small. Like a
Mhm.
lot of people would think that they're bigger. The average is about 55 pounds. Like, and they are lightning. They're just thin, built to jump, built like just a mouthful of teeth ready to go.
Built to kill.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Now you said something that got my antennas up. That got me like, what the fuck? You said this Rhodesian Ridgeback was bred to be a lion hunter.
Yep.
What does that mean in
So-
non-dog people terms?
No, I mean they were bred to run in packs. And have you ever seen those videos? I think it happens in like Montana and Idaho, where they'll take like a bunch of beagles and they'll train a beagle to find a bobcat. And because there's so many that they'll surround them, and the bobcat gets kind of overwhelmed a little bit. They would use Rhodesian Ridgebacks in the same way, where they would have like a pack of them that worked together, and they would corral lions so then they could be killed.
Wow.
But they weren't scared of like going up against lions. They're pretty fearless. So if you have somebody that's trying to back into your kids or coming in and they're like intimidating, a Ridgeback is not going to care.
All right, man. I'm getting closer to kidnapping a dog.
Yep.
I like this. It makes me happy to see Arian,
And you could send questions that you have like with your dog. I always tell people if they want to video what their dog is doing that they don't like, and I could give you some tips on how to fix it.
All right, so how about this? So when I go get him trained, like he'll still listen to me even though he's trained by somebody else.
Yeah. So if there's a trainer that says I'll take them and I'll do everything, and then you just don't go with that trainer. You want to be the dad of the dog, essentially. You want to be the alpha of the relationship, and having somebody else train your dog is essentially like you sitting in the corner and watching of your other spouse like you're getting dog cucked.
Yeah, you're getting
basically. So you have to be the one that gives the corrections and all those things. So I would go to a trainer that is going to take the leash from time to time, but primarily give you the tools on how to train the dog, because that's how you're going to have to do like the sustainment training of it.
Got you. Okay.
And that's
All
with
right.
any dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chaps, well, I've got you here. I do have a dog-related question.
Okay.
All right, so I've noticed yesterday Blake picked him up from daycare, and the daycare is wonderful. He's always tired when he gets home. He plays all day, so he's very well behaved when he gets home.
How's his elbows doing?
Elbows are doing great. He ran the other day.
Oh, nice.
Like he put his head down and like fully he's learning more to trust his new elbows.
To get back into playing shape?
Getting back into playing shape. Yeah, so he's been on rehab assignment for a little bit, but they're
Nice.
they're going to come back stronger like Tommy John.
Good.
So I picked him up from daycare yesterday. I've noticed that he gets a little bit barky right as we're leaving daycare. So if we're walking out of daycare and there's like a man that walks into the daycare on our way out, Blake will bark at that guy. If we get outside,
Aggressively?
it sounds aggressive, but he doesn't have aggressive body language. He's got an intimidating bark.
Okay.
And when we get outside, when we get into the car, he's way more likely to bark at people outside of the car than he normally is. Normally he's very chill, but it seems to be an issue that's like right after daycare. And yesterday I got him to the car and a little person walked by and he started barking really loud at this little person.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Blake, don't do that. Stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought maybe it was he'd never seen a little person before, and that played into it. But it was an embarrassing situation where I'm like, he's normally not like this. I'm a little person, kind of. I didn't actually say that, but what is it? What is it about that like moment where he's leaving daycare where he's?
I think he's just overstimulated. Like
Yeah.
I think he probably likes being at daycare, being around all the other dogs, playing that much, and he knows that it's about to end. So I think he's just it's an overstimulation thing.
Okay. And I've also noticed that when he's outside, he's got a little perch that he sits on that overlooks the neighborhood. He's gotten more barky out there too, where like anybody that comes by, and he's the nicest dog around all people and around other dogs when they're hanging out together. But when there's this fence in between him and the other dog that's in the neighborhood, he will just bark his ass off. And he'll bark his ass off at anything that comes by. But then I go out there and I stand next to him. I'm like, calm, Blake, calm. And I'll like get in between him and the person that he's barking at sometimes. I'll be like, calm. And then he kind of settles in and he becomes more friendly sounding. But it's only when there's that like fence separating him. What's that about?
Typically reaction. So like he gets, as soon as he does that, there's absolutely going to be a reaction from the other person. So that reinforces that behavior.
Or from me sometimes when I see him out there.
Yeah,
Then I'll show up and I'll be like, hey.
Yeah. So the basic thing that you want to do is remove him from that situation. Like for me, if I don't want my dog to be aggressive, like Gus, I didn't want Gus to do anything remotely aggressive at all. So I don't let him bark at people, like no matter what. Like he's not allowed to bark at anybody. So then that's his natural like kind of personality now. Like he's not going to do it. The more that you allow them to get kind of in that state of mind where they're going to go. And oddly enough, one of the ways that we increase aggression in a dog is to put a fence behind, like a person behind a fence. And like we obviously like verbally ramped them up, like, what are they doing? What do you got here? What? Like to kind of put them on alert because they can't get there. It's almost like there's a phrase, a personality trait called opposition reflex that dogs have. So it typically implies a physical correction or a physical imposition where like on a microphone, if I'm pulling it back, if I'm pulling a leash back, the dog's natural tendency is to go forward when I'm pulling back. And I'm sure you've seen that on like if your dog is walking fast ahead of you and you pull back, they're going to even go further. It's called opposition reflex. You're creating that opposition reflex by having a barrier that they can't get through.
Okay.
So because that barrier is there, they can't get through it. It makes them want to go through that barrier more. So the more that he's allowed to sit there and bark, the stronger that internal desire is going to be to go through it.
So if I let him out into the yard, maybe for a little bit, just like have him on a leash, we walk outside together he does his business. We go back inside. He
Yeah.
doesn't get to hang on the porch and just bark at everything.
Yep. Or the moment that you notice that, and you like to catch it before. So if you put him out there by himself and you can kind of see his hair stand
Yeah.
up a little bit more, immediately open and correct. Like, so if he knows that he's not allowed to do that. And eventually, if you do that enough times, he'll put it together like a Pavlovian principle.
Yeah.
Like, he'll put it together. My behavior doing this equals a correction from dad.
Okay. I think humans have opposition reflex too, where
Yeah.
like that you're describing the internet, where
Yeah.
like we have a fence up between all of us, so we just yell at each other online all day.
Yep.
And then if you were to sit down and have a conversation with a person you're in an argument with, you'd probably be like, "Oh, that person's kind of cool. We got along well."
Yep.
Interesting, because there's no danger of repercussion.
Right.
You can say anything on the internet. You can say, "I'm going to eat dog shit" on the internet,
Yeah.
and then worst case scenario, you just deactivate for a while.
Yeah. Jack Matt comes at you and then you're done.
Yeah. Oh, I should ask you about that. Have you ever eaten dog poop?
No, but I've seen many people do it.
How bad do you think it is?
I think it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Very unhealthy.
One of my favorite dog poop pranks ever. We would have like competition of who could find the littlest amount of explosive or the littlest amount of the drugs, like to see whose dog is the best. And we would have a parrot contest. And the slowest person through that building out of like 12 or 13 handlers that would go through had to wear a poop parrot on their arm while they're cleaning up all the kennels with all the dogs in it. So it would be like in your uniform. Somebody would come up and smash the dog poop down, and it had to stay on your shoulder. Like you had to try to balance it. It was a good time.
It'd be funny if you just like sculpted the parrot out of dog poop too.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looked like a
Get John
bird.
Rich to do it. He apparently doesn't have any problem with dog poop.
He wouldn't do that. Yeah. John Rich. Yeah. We actually never got around to. We were talking about the whole poop thing, and we mentioned John Rich, but John Rich ate poop because at one point he said that he would. Well, what exactly was it? He would cut his own head off on a live stream if something happened.
I think it was if Michigan won the national championship.
Yeah.
Game.
So he said that he'd cut his own head off, and then he hasn't really talked about cutting his own head off for a while. And then the poop thing happened, and he's like, "I will eat dog poop for this guy to get so that I don't."
He volunteered
have
his
to,
tribute.
Yeah, so I don't have to cut my own head off, which I admire the initiative.
Yeah.
I don't know what one has to do with the other, but that's fine.
I think he's got to go other head.
Get circumcised.
Yeah. Recircumcised
Double
again.
double circumcised. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Chaps.
Yeah.
Aaron, do you have any more questions regarding Rhodesian Ridgebacks or other dogs?
No, I'm definitely gonna hit you though in the next month or so if I pull this trigger.
Okay. Biggest thing to look for when you are looking for a dog, ears. Like if you touch their ears, pull on their ears a little bit, what is their reaction? If it's like a really extreme reaction, might not be for you right away. Like for a family dog. You want a dog that naturally doesn't really care if you mess with ears because kids are going to do that. And the same thing, putting your hands in and around their mouth. If they're biting down, you kind of want to stay away. But a lot of dogs that are good family dogs, you can put your hand in their mouth and they'll just kind of move their head around and not close it. That's two quick things to look for.
Man, I'm definitely gonna hit you if I do this, bro. That's great information. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you, Chaps.
Yeah, no problem.
Uncle Chaps. I'm glad that we got him. I'm very glad that he was able to talk to you.
What were the odds of you getting a Malinois before that conversation and after?
The odds were about 30% of me really thinking about getting a dog. That's way better than I've ever even been close, right? And then after that, there's 0% chance of getting that dog now. There's no shot of getting that fucking psycho.
But still a decent chance of you getting a dog.
Yeah, I think that actually climbed. So probably about 40% right now with the Ridgeback. Did you see the dog? Did you Google it, Big T?
Yeah.
Fucking gorgeous animal. And I don't know if they kind of like baiting me though, because those pics when you Google this animal, they're all like fall pictures in some foresty background with it's like it's amazing. It's my favorite time of year, and they baiting me.
You need to see a picture of this dog in the summertime in the Texas heat.
Yeah, I want to see him. I want to see him. Regular. I want to see him in the projects. What he doing? See what he's doing.
No, they're good dogs. I've known several. I see them all the time. They're very good dogs.
What kind of dog do you have?
He's a mix. He's a mix of 50% Saint Bernard, 25% Great Pyrenees, and the rest is Anatolian Shepherd and Australian Shepherd.
He got a lot going on.
He's got like all the big dogs. He's got a nice little mix of. But this dog's going to be definitely smaller than Blake, but a big dog nonetheless. And yeah, go meet a Ridgeback. You should go meet one. Say hi to one.
On a dating app, like how do I go meet a Ridgeback? Where do you?
Let's see. You can probably find some sort of Rhodesian Ridgeback meetup. Houston. Let's see.
We have.
Oh, here we go. Here's a Facebook page. Rhodesian Ridgeback owners of Houston.
Or we can just have, if anyone listens to this show and has a Ridgeback that lives in Houston.
Those odds are probably low.
I don't know if they are.
Yeah, the crossover might be.
People that listen to our show that live in Houston.
That has a Ridgeback.
That has a Ridgeback. That's it.
Yeah, if there's a meetup that you can go to, you should show up and just be like, "Hey, I'm Arian Foster. I'm considering adopting a Ridgeback. Can I play with these dogs?"
Houston legend Arian Foster.
Yeah.
I once posed with a dog for GQ. Does anyone remember that? I'd like to pose with your dog.
I don't want to pose. I want to check him out. You know what I mean? I want to fill him out. Make sure his cousin's all right.
I'll freak if you get a dog. I'd be so
I'm looking this up right now. Let's see. South Central region. No, you guys are southeast. Things to know before you bring a Rhodesian Ridgeback into your life. These are all older dogs. These aren't puppies, so it's probably just gonna be like how to connect with your adopted Rhodesian. All right, we'll get there. I'm glad this is progress though, so we're moving forward, and you're getting excited about dog ownership, which I love.
We are indeed.
But yeah, I'm doing Siptember. Siptember is a great thing you can do. It's not like dry October or dry January or anything like that. Siptember, it allows you to, color outside the lines a little bit. So I'm allowed to drink when there's football on, and I'm allowed to drink if I'm at a wedding or if it's like right after a concert. So I can do those things, and I allow myself, I believe, 8 drinks throughout the month of September. Just kind of a mellow month. So I'll have like 1 or 2 beers a weekend, no big deal, and it's like a little reset.
This is the meme of have you seen when I'm allowed to have a cigarette?
Yeah.
It was like if I'm not allowed to have a cigarette unless one is offered to me. I'm drunk. It's outside. And there were like 10 more. It was like all the times you would ever have one.
I'm the opposite of that. I can smoke cigarettes if it's inside at an establishment. So like not inside a house or an apartment. But if I'm at a place that allows smoking inside, I'm allowed to smoke a cigarette.
Got it.
Like casino in Las Vegas, I'm allowed to smoke a cigarette. At some random dive bar where it's like wink, wink, don't tell anybody, but we let people smoke inside here, I'm allowed to smoke a cigarette. But outside of that, don't smoke.
Are you not allowed to, like, are bars not allowed to let people smoke anymore?
I don't know exactly what the rules are. There's a handful of bars that I've been to that I know that they let you smoke. I don't want to name any names because I don't know if it's totally legal. But Santa's Pub is the one that I will name in Nashville. And Santa's Pub, you can do anything you want in there. Yeah.
Remember when they let people smoke in restaurants? That was kind of crazy.
It was every restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a smoking section, and the smoke wouldn't exit the smoking section.
That's kind of wild that was a thing until pretty recently.
Yeah, I would say like around 1995 to 2000s when everything changed up.
Oh, no. I remember going into restaurants and they'd ask smoking or non-smoking.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I bet it wasn't till, because I remember when it got outlawed in Georgia. It was like a big deal.
Yeah, I remember in Virginia, they outlawed it, and just about every bar you could smoke in. Like after a certain hour, after 8 p.m., you can smoke or something. And so anytime you would go out to a bar, you would just say, okay, I'm going to smell like an ashtray for the next 2 days.
Smoking in restaurants in Georgia was outlawed in 2005.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Now, I don't know if that was one of the last ones, but
I had to be, bro. I don't remember being that late.
But I remember every time you went into a restaurant as a kid, they'd say smoking or non-smoking.
Yeah, even like a kid's restaurant, or
anything.
A family restaurant, I should say.
I remember like Friendlies specifically would always say no smoking or non-smoking. Really?
So it looks like the Virginia smoking ban was 2009. That's later than I thought it was.
This is all later than I thought it was.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Look up California and then look up New Mexico, because my memories might be fucked up.
You used to be able to smoke
I'll look it up
cigarettes.
on the internet too.
You could smoke cigarettes outside in Virginia.
California was 95.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
In high school, they had a section where kids could smoke cigarettes.
Really?
Yeah, they actually might have even had a lounge inside that if you were 18, if you were a senior, you were allowed to smoke in this lounge inside.
That kind of rocks.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
It does rock.
Yeah. Did y'all see that video of when they first banned drinking and driving? And they were like interviewing like local people, and they're like, "This is bullshit. This is America. We want our freedoms."
Yeah. Yeah. What's next? The government's gonna make you wear seatbelts. That's how it starts.
That's how it starts. First, they come for your alcohol when you're driving.
Mm-hmm. What about? There were some states that until recently you were allowed to drink a beer while you drove, but you weren't allowed to be drunk while you drove. So you could have like one beer. You can drink it in the car.
While you were driving?
The legal limit is 0.08, isn't it?
Yeah, 0.08. So that would mean that my guess is like 3 or 4 beers in an hour for most people. Would put you above that limit?
Nah, I think 0.08 is like a beer or two, bro.
No.
It's a few. It's a couple.
It depends on your body weight and how you process alcohol, because everyone's a little bit different. But I would guess the average would be like 3.2 beers in an hour. Might put you at a 0.08.
Let's see. The number of beers it takes to reach blood alcohol concentration of 0.08 depends different factors, body weight and gender. Alcohol content. Different drinks contain different amounts of alcohol. For example, a 12-ounce beer is at 5%. So there's no real. A general guideline is a man of average size and weight may reach a blood alcohol content of 0.08 after consuming 4 to 5 standard drinks over 2 hours. A woman average size may reach that at 3 to 4 drinks. So it says 4 here is like the standard.
I would think it would. Yeah, it depends on what you've had to eat that day too. If you got an empty stomach, 3 beers might do it.
That's at 2 hours though.
Oh, in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're 3 probably.
I would say around 3, give or take. This is not legal advice, but that's
but it is.
That's an estimate.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I know.
Yeah, don't say that. It's not.
In Texas, as recently as I don't know the exact year, but yeah, you could drink a beer in your car. Not while I lived there, but I think they had just changed the rule, at least kind of recently. You could drink a beer, because if you're having one beer in your car, what's the difference between having one beer at home and driving, and then having one beer in your car while you're driving?
I know in some states you can drink as a passenger in a car.
Can you?
I think in Tennessee you can.
In they don't have like open container?
Tennessee law prohibits the consumption or possession of an open container of an alcoholic beverage while operating a motor vehicle. Although some Tennessee municipal ordinances may be more restrictive, the Tennessee State Code accordingly does not prohibit passengers from consuming alcoholic beverages.
Oh, how about that?
You just have a bottle, tipping it up while your buddy getting pulled over.
Yeah, that goes back to the moonshining days probably. There's some states too where it depends on what kind of car, where obviously if you're in like a party bus where there's somebody driving you can drink on that, but you're not, I guess, really considered a true passenger, or maybe because it's like a commercial vehicle or something, you can do it.
Speaking of drinks, so I found out that there's levels to coffee. I don't know if I said this already, but the kinds of beans you get matter. And so I recently bought some joints from Colombia, and this shit is immaculate. It is fantastic. Like the difference between Folgers and then this little like local coffee junk. It's amazing. It's unreal. And so right now I'm having a cup of whatever that is.
Colombian.
Yeah.
Colombian roast. Yeah, they've got all sorts of like dark roasts, breakfast blends. It's a good journey.
This is a great world to be in. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So Big T, you want to get to your sheet, or do you have a y'all tell me this?
No, not today.
Tennessee Minute.
Tennessee Minute.
Oh, Arian, did you watch Nico?
Still haven't yet. Is there a way that before we jump in, is there a way to view? This is my age setting in, but is there a way to look at the games, but the actual game film?
I know for the NFL there is. It's like $10 a month or something, and you get the all 22. I don't know for college.
Gotcha. Because I would. It's so hard for me to like really look at games without looking at the game film.
I sent you go look at the sheet. I sent you a clip though. Aaron Murray, who played at Georgia, he does like film breakdowns, and he was breaking down Nico, and we got us one.
It's funny because Big T sends the sheet over every day with topics to talk about, and today on the sheet there were 2 things that were not Tennessee football related, and then 3 things that were just about how good Nico is.
Well, no, it's one subject, but 3 clips.
Yeah,
showing 3 different perspectives of how good he is.
Yeah, he's really good. This is 60% of the news happening in America right now is how good Nico is.
In sports. But I really only sent those in there for Arian to see the clips if he hadn't seen them.
It looks like this guy, Aaron Murray, this looks like he's got the all-22.
Yeah, he does. I don't know where you get that. It looks like he's on some sort of software because he's got like a telestrator too.
So I'm sure that for the SEC there might be a way to get it because they're all broadcast on ESPN, so there might be some, I don't know. There's probably a way you can get it.
But yeah, he's gonna be awesome.
I'm watching this breakdown right here.
Is he the best quarterback in college football right now?
I don't know. We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Tom Fornelli said?
Tom Fornelli said that he was already the best. Yeah, I think I might be putting words in Tom's mouth, but he said that.
Okay,
no, he said that.
Who is this dude that broke this film down?
Aaron Murray. He played. I think he might still be the SEC's all-time leading passer. He played at Georgia.
Right. His brother was on the Bachelor.
I mean, this is a pretty basic. Like, this is a really nice throw, but 99% of quarterbacks that throw this dig route throw it before the dude is open. They're in a cover 2, and he throws it, and it's a nice throw. Don't get me wrong. But it's like it is an impressive throw, but I think he's gassing it a little.
You got to go watch all the throws. You got to go watch all of them.
That's a nice throw. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice throw, and I don't think a lot of quarterbacks can make that throw. But his point that he's doing it before everybody who throws that dig route does it before they're open. But still a nice throw.
This weekend is a big game against NC State, and then Oklahoma after that.
What's NCAA? They ranked?
Yeah, they're like 23rd, but they struggled with Western Carolina in their first game, but we'll obviously get them their best shot. And it's in Charlotte.
How confident are you about Florida this year, man?
If we don't destroy Florida, I mean
Florida's bad right now, bro. Florida is bad right now.
Florida and Florida State Florida State, like we discussed, they're a pretty talented team. They just, for whatever reason, just have not played well. Florida is like devoid of talent. Like they have no good players, which I don't know how that's possible.
It's really weird. I watched a little bit of the game against Miami, and it was just like they don't have no dogs. They don't have nobody that can get off.
I mean, they're really bad, and we need to kill them.
I had an epiphany watching college football about myself, and I have a little bit of conservative in me, man. I was watching college football, and I started to look at all the different kinds of uniforms, and I don't like the new shit. I don't like the new trend. Like I didn't like.
Oh, see, this is where we
gray.
differ.
I don't like Tennessee's gray. Hear me. I don't like Tennessee's gray uniform, right? I like the traditional fits. Like when LSU, like that is LSU's uniform. That shit looks nice. Alabama, that is Alabama. That looks nice. The only school to me that I like the flashy shit, like the out there shit, is Oregon, because they've always done that. Oregon has always been traditionally, you don't know what you're gonna get, and I like that about them. But everybody else, I don't like these new fits, dog. I don't. There isn't one that I've looked at that I'm like, that's cold.
It's woke nonsense.
You haven't seen the
get this woke shit out of my college football. Give me old, traditional uniforms.
Have you seen the UT black uniforms?
Yes, ugly.
You don't think those are awesome?
No, I'm just ass.
This is your age showing.
See, this. So when Tennessee puts the black in the uniform, I get the sentiment, but all I see is Halloween when they do that shit.
We wear them at Halloween. That's why it's cool.
Jack-o'-lanterns, ass. I like tradition. The only thing that I did like that Tennessee did, but they haven't done it in a while, is instead of the stripe on the pants, they have the checkerboard jump going down. That's hard.
Butch did that though. That was,
but it's classic.
That's hard. But because it sticks with the theme of where did the gray come from? Where did this come from?
It is an official school color, smoky gray, and that was when they switched to Nike in 2015. They went big on the smoky gray, which I love, but
I don't like it, man. Especially SEC schools. It just don't feel right. It don't feel right, dog. It don't feel right.
Now I'm willing to see.
To me, Aaron, I'm going to teach you a phrase here. It feels Mickey Mouse. Doesn't it?
It does.
It feels a little Mickey Mouse when they put on the gray uniform. Our team that's not black, they put on the black uniform.
Well, it ain't real, bro.
Or they've got like the ugly like off shade that's kind of similar to their normal color, but it's like, hey, here's the alternate color.
Let me say, I don't want to. Y'all are still younger men.
Correct.
These things are done for 16-year-olds.
Yeah,
they're so 16-year-olds think they're cool.
Yeah, but 16-year-olds like a lot of stupid stuff.
That's fine, but if it helps you get the best ones, then it's worth it.
Do you think how many kids are making their choices based on uniform?
Every single recruit that goes to Tennessee and does the photo shoots does their photo shoot in the black uniform. Every single one.
Okay, well, I'm thinking that most good players would choose your school based on the coaching, their likelihood of making it to the NFL one day.
Those are certainly, but if you think that it doesn't matter, it matters.
You think having like a fourth alternate matters?
1%, yes.
I mean, this is why it matters a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't, because it's not about time. Kids want to go to schools. I think for the kids that it does matter. That shit don't matter. Let me rephrase that because I was talking a little fast. Coffee's starting to kick in. I think for the kids that are gonna be good anyway, that shit doesn't matter. It's just for the kids that may or may, you know what I'm saying, that have an opportunity, maybe be hyped up in high school, because cats that know they're going to the league, they don't give a fuck about that shit. Most of them cats don't give a fuck about that shit. And the proof of that is look at the powerhouse that Alabama has been putting out year after year after year after year, and they have the most mundane uniforms that there is.
Well, they had Nick Saban.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my point. My point is they want to go because it's a stepping stone to the NFL. The uniforms may attract kids that probably aren't gonna be good enough anyway. Like, that's flashy for them, but like the cats that want to go to the NFL, they're gonna go to the good program.
I'm not saying it's a deciding factor for people, but like it's to point. Look cool.
Wait, Arian, I gotta push back on you here, Arian. I think you famously at one point said that your final two schools were Tennessee and North Carolina because you liked the uniforms.
And Oregon.
No. I never liked the uniforms. I like the colors.
Okay.
And North Carolina was strictly because of my love for North Carolina basketball and Michael Jordan. That's what that was. But I never my top two was Oregon and Tennessee. And Oregon had the better uniforms. I went with Tennessee because in my mind, I was like, SEC has the better football. Mm-hmm. And so if I can make it in the SEC, I'm going to make it to the league. That was my thought process as a 17-year-old kid. And it panned out very well.
Now, I will tell you, you will be happy to know that Josh Heupel has acquiesced to the olds.
Let's go.
And has said we will only wear, like, because I think a lot of the older alumni don't like the grays. He's like, we'll wear those for like the FCS game. He said for like Alabama and Florida and Georgia, we'll always wear orange and white, which I think is fair. That's fair enough.
That's a good compromise. I ain't mad at that compromise, because if you wanna get the kids with the Halloween jack-o'-lantern bullshit, all right, that's what's up.
But for the black uniform you don't like.
All I see is Spooky Town. I see Halloween. I see the Three Witches. What is that movie? That's all I see, bro.
Hocus Pocus.
It don't look good to me. Like, black uniforms can absolutely be fire, but like with that with that specific color orange, it just looks like Halloween to me. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand the appeal, but it just don't look. It don't look. And to me, the best Tennessee uniform is the orange jersey with the white jumps. It's so clean. It's so crisp. I love it, dog. It feels like home. It feels like Rocky Top. It feels like fall football. Leaves falling in the air. You smell gusts
I
from
love
the
that
strip
uniform
and
as
shit.
well, but there's nothing wrong with wearing that 10 times a year and 2 other things once a year.
I'm not mad at the switch. I'm just saying I've noticed that I don't really like the newer uniforms. There's not really a new uniform that I'm fucking with.
If Tennessee said we're wearing smoky gray and black for every home game, I would be like, that's fucking insane, and you should never do that.
Agreed.
But once a year, I think it's cool. It's cool.
I think opening game, get the gray shit out the way. I'm cool with that.
I think those looked awesome.
Appease the 16-year-olds that think that's cool. But then when it like Hypo said, like when it's time to play Florida and Georgia and Bama, like we get in our war-ready uniforms, we put our shields on, brothers, and we go to war. Let's go.
Well, watch a game this week. They're wearing orange and white.
Yeah, cut all the shenanigans. Let's get back to old General Nealon. You know,
I think they're wearing orange. I think they're wearing orange pants this week, which is sick.
It can be okay. It depends. But I'm with you. I'll be back in the orange. I'm cool. Give me another school where you feel like the newer uniform has surpassed the old
one. That's a good question.
Because what I like about LSU, right? So LSU just played, right? It was the LSU uniform. LSU and USC, those two uniforms are iconic, bro. Iconic. And I like to see that. I like to not have my glasses on in the back of the room and I can still see who's playing. I know who's playing. I like that shit.
It's not a recent update, but it is, I think, the last 20 years when Notre Dame updated their helmet to be the shiny gold. I like that.
But it's a subtle adjustment to a classic uniform.
Yeah.
Ole Miss going to the baby blue a lot more.
Yeah, the baby blue is nice for Ole Miss.
You might be right. You might be right about that one. I like the baby blue. But that's also my love for the North Carolina blue creeping in right there. But you're okay. Touche. You right about that
code. Yeah.
What another one? Give me another one.
I love Notre Dame's green uniforms. That's like an alternate, not non-traditional.
Okay. Touche.
There's a lot of good ones, and most people have, like, when Tennessee came out with the all black uniform, they were like, that's fucking incredible. Like even people that don't love alternate uniforms, which is why I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Okay, some of these uniforms, I like looking at pictures of them and imagining how cool are these going to look. But over the course of a game, I'm like, I wish they were just wearing the traditional.
Let me
I take it back. I'm looking at the Notre Dame ones. That was just in my head. These uniforms suck.
What? Rude.
Dog shit.
Mad Dog's a big Notre Dame fan.
Well, Kelly Green.
Mackenzie's a bigger Notre Dame fan than I am.
Oh, you are, Mackenzie? I forgot.
One of my favorite games I played in was my freshman year. We went to Notre Dame. I got off, and the atmosphere at that stadium was I loved playing at Notre Dame.
Yeah,
and they had the gold pants with the blue jerseys, and it was like I was in Rudy. It felt like I was in Rudy. I don't know if y'all seen that. That's what it felt like. But to me, that's where tradition. That's why I said I had an epiphany. I have a little conservative in me, is because that's where tradition to me can bring that nostalgia back and bring me back to watching football. And I feel like that's why people fall in love with it generationally, is because it's like one of the most constant things that there is in our society, which is sports and these programs, which is why people like watching college more than NFL for the most part. But it's because they have storied traditions, and those storied traditions tell a story of our generation and our society. And a part of that is the uniform and the nostalgia that you get from that feel. And these newer uniforms, to me, it's like it's gross. It's just it's don't do it for me.
That's why I think the Notre Dame, like you guys were saying, the Notre Dame uniforms are like updated and modern, yet have never veered from like the classic. Like the gold helmets, like the green uniforms. Like they're not trying to do anything too fancy, but it has updated, I feel, with the times. It's a bit glossier.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I like them a lot. But I still think that they've stayed, for the most part, a pretty traditional uniform.
But they had green jerseys in the past, though.
I think they've had darker green before.
Yeah, they were darker.
But now they have those Kelly green ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Or when they wear like the all white with the gold helmets.
Yeah, I don't mind the dark one, but the lighter one is just not my bag. Big T texted the group with a black Tennessee and said, "Fuck you, this is sick."
And then also an entrance to the 2022 Kentucky.
You actually can't see them that well in that video.
If you was to type in AI, like if you was to do an AI generated image and type in Halloween jack-o'-lantern football uniform, that's what the fuck is gonna pop up. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be this. This is gonna be this guy, spooky jack-o'-lantern. That's all I feel, bro.
That looks awesome.
They're like color rush black. They're so black.
It's not a fan. Not a fan of it.
So Big T, what you just sent over, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I like this. I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
But do I want to watch a full game in these? No. I wish that they were wearing
once
the other
a
uniforms.
year.
No. I get after the pregame intro, they should change into the other uniforms.
That's what they
It
did.
should be like a Taylor Swift concert.
So the
like
first time,
6 uniform changes.
the first time Tennessee ever wore black.
I'm in my Halloween era right now.
I remember that. I had just missed that.
Yeah, it was Lane Kiffin's year, 2009, and they wore orange to warm up. And I think because the game was on Halloween, and I think they decided like that week, Lane Kiffin was like, we want to wear black. And so they couldn't get uniforms from Adidas in a week. So they bought like jerseys from like Dick's Sporting Goods, and they were like, we need y'all to make these look like Tennessee can wear them. And they warmed up in orange, went in and changed into the black jerseys that were from like Dick's.
Yeah.
And so they were wearing white helmet, black jersey, I think orange pants. That looked terrible.
Yeah.
Google Tennessee 2009 black jerseys. And they're like straight from a sporting goods store.
Also
there was baggy. It was baggy and shit.
Oh my God, that's insane. They're like see-through.
Yeah, so those did not look good. The new ones do.
God, that gave me chills watching that entrance, Big T.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
I want to go back to Neyland.
Yeah, that looks horrible. White helmet, black jersey, orange pants.
That's a man picking out a uniform.
What does that mean? This may be one of the worst uniforms of all time.
I'm going to say something a little bit mean. This is like if PFT picked out a uniform. Nothing matches.
Damn.
That's a lot mean.
Nothing matches. You don't know how to. The men picking these uniforms did not. I'm guessing Lane Kiffin did not know how to construct a color scheme here.
That's very mean.
Like when you, not every day, but when you say you dress like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
I think I'm matching pretty good today.
You actually, you came over to my desk earlier today, and I was actually quite impressed that you're wearing like denim shorts.
I'm wearing, they're like, you're impressed that I'm wearing. That's the first time anybody's ever said that.
Well,
that
but like
sentence
hard pants
has literally never been uttered by anybody before. I was impressed that you were wearing denim. How low is the bar for how I dress? Where you're like, wow, look at you. Would you have court today or something?
You had a date tonight?
Yeah, you're wearing denim shorts. Wow. Look at you, so fancy.
It is funny because the men in this office, like if they're wearing anything remotely nice, everyone's like, oh, you got plans later?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Like the bar here is just so low.
I'm wearing like gray denim shorts that are a little bit faded. I've got a black polo shirt. It has a collar and everything. And
Right.
buttons.
Exactly.
So the two things kind of match. I am wearing bright red shoes.
But that's a little pop of color.
It's a pop of color and a tan hat that doesn't probably go with anything that I'm wearing right now. But okay, this is me at my peak.
Denim shorts.
Denim shorts.
Because I feel like a lot of the men here don't wear hard clothes too often. I say that as I'm sitting in leggings right now, but
yeah,
you guys don't wear hard clothes too often.
Well, I know
what is
to
a
wear.
hard clothes.
A denim, a collared shirt,
jeans,
jeans,
I
something
didn't know
that
those
doesn't have as much
hard
give.
clothes.
I wear jeans in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But like right
Sometimes.
now,
Yeah, there's no chance I'm wearing
It's summer.
jeans.
right?
Well, it's fall now, but
No, it's summer still. It's summer.
Hey, here's a question for you, PFT.
it's September.
Summer. Look up when summer ends. Look up.
Are you still claiming it's summer?
I trust the scientists.
September 21st,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So-
that's
or-
fake
The
news.
solstice.
What are your seasons, Big T?
Well, see, we've talked about this, but the summer fall barrier gets thrown off for me because I always went back to school on August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, August 1st was fall. But now
August 1st.
Yeah.
You're bugging with that one.
But I understand that most people don't acknowledge that. But September 1st for sure. It's football season. Football is not in the summer.
All right, so September 1st is watching football. These guys go back to camp.
Correct.
But
summertime. Games are not played in the summer.
Okay, so fall for you, and we have talked about this, but just to reiterate, fall starts for you September 1st. When does winter start?
December 1st.
Okay, that's good. After Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is an autumn holiday.
That's the demarcation of winter starts either December 1st or the Black Friday.
And winter is over when?
February 28th.
So start of March.
Yes.
We're in spring.
March, April, May.
And then June, July.
June, July, and then August is a buffer period.
Okay. I'll live with that except for the August. August is definitely summer.
August is definitely summer. I'm with you on the September though. It's fall now.
But it's the Sunday of summer.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
yeah.
I mean, it's technically still summer, but like,
I'm with you. I was actually and even here, I was on the driving range yesterday before it started raining, and there was this nice cool breeze I haven't felt in months here, and I was like, oh, we almost back, baby. I love it.
This Saturday, I think it's going to be like 61.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to hang on to shorts as long as I can again this year. I just hate
I mean, you've got another
pants.
Month and a half easy.
Yeah, we'll see. What
month maybe?
What day of the week is fall?
It's Friday, Saturday. Oh,
I mean,
for me anyway.
I mean, Sunday.
No,
I'm
going to
go
like
Saturday.
Fall, Mac?
No, I'm just thinking like cozy vibes. Like Sunday is kind of like chill, relax day.
Oh, I thought
cozy
we were doing
up.
You're cleaning with the door open or the window open.
Yeah, see, I think it has to be a Saturday or Sunday, depending on which brand of football you associate it with, because obviously there's football. But then you also have the weather is some of the best. Nice, you get both. You get from warm into cold. It's a nice transitional period. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful scenery.
Now, it's not, a couple years ago it was Christian Girl Autumn. Remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is it this year? Do we know?
I don't know.
Atheist Boy Autumn?
Arian's
about to be up big.
Oh, City Boys up, baby.
I don't know if there is a fall this year.
I saw one the other day and I can't find it now because they said goodbye Brat Summer.
Yeah.
And someone quoted it and said,
can somebody explain to me the Brat Summer after you're done? I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah, I'll go back. We'll circle back.
All right, go ahead.
No, and then somebody just said it's something or the other fall, and I can't remember what it was.
There's been a couple thrown around, but I don't think anything's stuck quite yet. Brat Summer is based off of an album by Charlie XCX that was released this summer, Arian, that kind of swept the nation, and it was kind of just the vibe of Brat Summer was like, do whatever you want. Wear short skirts. People are doing drunk cigs, being a little bit.
It sounds a lot like Hot Girl Summer.
Yeah, but it has a bit more word I'm not going to say on the air because my mom listens to this show. Starts with a C. It's got a little more in the air.
Second letter U?
Yeah. See you next Tuesday.
Okay, got it.
It's got a little bit more of that in it. A little bit grittier, a little bit dirtier, just a little bit sweatier. And that was kind of the vibe for the summer.
So what are the ones that haven't stuck for fall?
I saw one that said Freudian slip fall.
Yeah, that's no.
Like the demure fall was a thing for like literally half a second.
Demure.
We're done.
We're done with demure.
I just said.
I did take a shot of Malort the other day. I was like, look at me, very mindful, very demure with my Malort.
See, now you should start tweeting about it.
Okay.
BFT.
Okay.
It's over.
Yeah. Right. This is when you should lock into demure.
Locked in.
I don't know what kind of fall it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
I also don't think we're at liberty to say quite yet. I think we have to wait for it to come to us.
Yeah, it's like naming your baby before you give birth.
You have to catch a vibe. Yeah, you gotta, because you don't know if like Bradley is gonna fit with the baby's vibe. It might end up and you're like, this is a Jack.
I have to meet fall.
Yeah.
I have to meet the autumn first, and then we can figure out what it is.
Yeah, I do think that it's going to be Sabrina, it could be a short and sweet fall, which is who Sabrina Carpenter of Espresso fame. She just released an album. It could be a short and sweet fall.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. I also feel like this fall, like
I'm short. I'm not. I guess I'm short.
Sweet.
I'm short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short and sweet fall.
Let's go.
Yeah. I also think that football is going to play a really big role in this fall, more than
really?
usual.
Okay. All right. Go
It's going
on.
to be a big fall for football.
Fucking bold statement.
Now, why is that, Mad Dog?
Football's going to break through this year.
You know why.
I don't know. I just like
No, you know why.
no, not because of Taylor and Travis.
Oh, okay.
I think that like Taylor and Travis have settled in.
Oh, did you see the contract?
Oh, that's a load of fucking bullshit.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's
I saw the
bullshit.
con-
What contract? What
I
contract?
saw the contract. There's never been a more obvious fake thing that's ever been put online, and people. Has our media literacy gotten so low
It's so
Yes.
bad. Yes.
that like anything at all that fits whatever your preconceived notion might be, whatever your worldview is, anything at all that you see that reinforces that, you're like, look how true this is.
Yes.
Like I can't believe that.
You're describing the news.
I am. Yeah. So, do you guys, ladies, you want to tell Arian about the contract?
Yeah, so apparently there was a leak.
I love how like y'all are like telling old uncle. Tell old
Well, I
Uncle
don't-
Aaron
this
when
is
he-
a-
Sit down, Unc.
This is
Tell
a,
Uncle Arian.
this is a Two Americas moment, and it's yeah. I doubt this is.
Tell me what's going on in white world.
I doubt this is coming. Like, and
Y'all-
this is also like
Brad
Y'all tell
Summer.
Arian this.
yeah. This is also the secret third America where it's like the white girls, what they're up to. Yeah, Brat Summer and this.
Yeah, Aaron's had two. Y'all tell me this.
Yeah. So this morning it got spinning around on Twitter that there was a quote unquote leaked contract stating the PR of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship and how they got the contract of their relationship and that they're gonna break up on September 28th.
Okay.
And blah blah
Let's
blah.
go.
And it is like literally I could go, Arian, on Word right now and type that exact contract up and it's like people are being like, oh my god, we knew it was fake the whole time.
Hey, high key, that's what we're talking about today anyway, right?
Yeah, kind of. But then Travis Kelce's now having those people, I believe, sued.
And now the headlines are Travis Kelce gets lawyers involved.
Backpedaling.
After PR leak.
Right.
And it's like, no, like the Daily News wrote that up. I don't know anything about the Daily News, but I do know that if they're covering this story like it's got an ounce of truth to it, you should probably never believe another thing that they say.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he
Or
is he
Daily
really
Mail,
suing
not
them?
the Daily News, right? It's the Daily Mail.
Daily Mail.
Daily Mail, yeah.
Is he really suing them?
He's getting his lawyers involved, it said.
That's goofy, man. It's just a rumor.
Well, it's because they like leaked this contract. I think he can sue them for like slander.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, hold on.
Defamation?
Or defamation.
Defamation. It would be defamation, yes.
But it's a waste
could
of
never
time,
win
bro.
that.
Probably
You ain't
not,
getting nothing
because
out of there.
you'd have to prove that they knew that it wasn't true, which is very hard to do.
But you also have to prove that it caused like real damage to your reputation,
Yeah.
which as a public figure is borderline impossible, and this causes him no damage whatsoever.
Yeah, so people are like, oh, September 28th, this is when Travis and Taylor are going to break up. But
How fucking funny would it be though if they really did?
Oh, that'd be
Stop.
amazing.
if the contract is,
Oh, that'd be the greatest day ever.
stop it.
if that contract is true, there's no chance that they break up on the 28th.
Well, yeah, no, now they have to
Amend it.
reroute.
They have to amend the contract and
Yeah.
get the lawyers back involved.
October
yeah.
6th.
What if they really do decide in the next few weeks that like things aren't working out, and on the 28th they get in a huge fight, and they're like, and he's like, I'm done, and they're like, well, fuck, we can't. We gotta wait like a week.
Actually,
You gotta come to the game next Sunday, and then we'll figure it out.
what day of the week is the 28th?
I think that's a Saturday.
Who are the Chiefs playing
It
on?
is a
Who are
Saturday.
the Chiefs playing on the 29th?
Please be in Nashville.
The 29th is the Chargers. They're at the Chargers.
Okay, so I might have
They'll
to
be in LA.
I might have to try to bet on the Chargers as far in advance as possible, just in case they break up. Also, if
Is
you're
that
Travis,
line out?
this would be a great that Saturday. That'd be a great day to get caught cheating.
No.
If you're gonna cheat on Taylor,
No.
cheat on her on September 28th.
Well, that's when the
That's when the contract
Alleged
ends.
contract ends.
And then she catches you, and she can't break up with you on the 28th because of the contract.
Oh.
So you get away with it.
That's not bad thinking.
Yeah. You got to think one step ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's never been a more obvious. And you know what? I'm going to choose to believe it now. Fuck it.
I can get you Chargers plus 3.5 right now.
It's online?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bet it. I'm going to bet it.
Minus 118, though. They might know.
That's how they get you with the juice.
I mean, I can get you money line plus 145.
I might have to do that.
Well, would Travis, if this is not real at all, obviously they're going to end up together forever, but if they broke up, are you saying that Travis would have a really good game or a really bad game?
Bad.
But what if he is taking his frustrations out and goes for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns?
Mentally, he's not going to be all there.
Yeah.
You still don't think it's going to be coming from a place of pain?
No, I don't think so. I think that he's going to run the wrong route a few times.
Oh, wow.
Although when he does that, Mahomes tends to find him. There have been clips of Mahomes talk about, Travis ran the wrong route, or he freestyled this route and I found him. So now I've kind of danced circles around myself. I don't know what to think. I would still think that day after breakup, bad.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
I think.
Well, good thing it's not true.
I think 1 week after breakup, good. Because you've got that entire week and you can focus 100% on football to take your mind off the pain.
Right. Yeah. And if you're going through the 5 stages of grief, you're at anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, have y'all seen Inside Out 2?
No, I need to.
It's lit. I ain't gonna spoil it too.
It's been out for 6 months. You can spoil it.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, man. They introduced a bunch of new emotions, and I got a little choked up, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little choked up when there's a point anxiety is introduced,
right,
into Riley's head, and she's at the hockey practice. She's nice, by the way. She may be the best player on the squad, but they trying to dick her over. Freshman didn't want it, whatever, right? But anyway, she's nice with it, and she's trying to score all the points in the game. And so in her head, they convinced her she got to score 3 goals, and she was doing some crazy shit, bro. She's nice, and then she got hit in the penalty box because she smashed her friend. It would look like a clean hit to me. I don't know, but I don't know enough about hockey. Anyway, she ended up the penalty box, and then anxiety's going crazy on the control system, right? She's going crazy trying to and then she starts to have a panic attack. And so Riley's she's breathing all deep, and it was just damn, I felt that. You know what I mean? My little dude in my head do that sometimes. You go crazy, and it's just it was a very they do a very good job of taking complex emotions and conveying them through the medium of entertainment. Because when you think about it like that, it's very easy to see how you can get caught up in your own little world in your own little head, and it's just they're making decisions on the keyboard that's affecting her life. And it's a very powerful moment to me, and it's very very cute moment. You know what I mean? Or just a cute environment that they have building and brewing in her hair. This is a dope movie all around. It's great job. One of the better written series I think I've seen.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Also, quick update. Nick Adams this morning did say that it's an alpha male autumn. So.
Oh, I like that.
Lock it in.
Also,
I'll take the deal, Howie.
Happy birthday to Nick Adams, alpha male. I don't know if you guys are aware.
I did not know.
It's his birthday, and I don't know if Nick would want me saying this. I got invited. I got the invite
to his birthday party.
To his birthday party.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he said Las Vegas Steakhouse Prime Cuts alpha male celebration. I was touched to receive that invite. I told him, unfortunately, I can't make it. I'm working all day, all night because it's kickoff of the NFL season, and we got to record a podcast. But just to be considered on that list, I think it's an alpha male autumn. How about that?
It might have to be.
I don't think Jersey Jerry was invited.
That was an oversight.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all gotta explain this to me. New. Y'all tell me this.
Part 3.
It's a lot.
So my kids, they keep saying Sigma, and I think they mean Alpha.
No.
Sigma's different.
All right, well, y'all tell me this. What the fuck is they talking about?
I think this is Big T's.
So all I know is that Sigma is like the highest you can be. Like if you're a Sigma, that's really good. Are they
Andrew Tate?
Because I was
sure
joking
he
when
calls
I was like,
himself
that's
that.
Sigma.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody. And I was like, yo, that's alpha shit. You want to? And they were like, it's Sigma. And I'm like, what? And it was like Sigma's higher than alpha. I'm like, how? When did this happen?
Yeah, I see where your confusion comes in. Alpha being first, but somehow Sigma has become the new thing you want to be.
So the Sigma male tells the alpha males how they're supposed to act to be an alpha male.
Now, is this the Overton window vibes? Like, so now, like alpha is beta?
No, I think Alpha's still good, but Sigma's better.
Sigma is like elite.
This shit don't make no sense.
A
Man.
popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant person, typically a male, one step above an alpha male.
So alpha males have been usurped.
Yeah.
But the Sigma isn't necessarily an enemy of the alpha. The Sigma is like the alpha males model their alpha male behavior off of what the Sigma male does.
But the alpha male is not a beta male. He can still hold his own.
He's still the alpha male.
But he's just not a Sigma male.
Not a Sigma male yet. Yeah.
That's what's up.
There's an article from today.com. What do teens mean when they say Sigma? Unpacking the latest teen slang.
Like, I'll give you an example here, Aaron.
Okay.
And this is straight from Andrew Tate. So, it's legit.
Is that where it's coming from?
No, this story, this anecdote, or this
Okay.
lesson I'm about to impart on you is from Andrew Tate. So he submitted a question to his followers. Would you rather have sex with a person who is a 10 but has a penis, or have sex with a person who is a 0 or a 1 but has a vagina?
Well, that's easy because
What's your answer?
I'm not gay, so you got to go with the 0.
That's an alpha male answer.
No.
Not a Sigma male.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
The Sigma male, he reveals, would say that you would have sex with the 10 because you're having sex with someone who looks like Megan Fox.
Even though it's a boy?
The Sigma male would not have sex with the 0 because the 0 would look like Hulk Hogan, but just happen to have a vagina. And so you're having sex with Hulk Hogan.
I think he unironically is stepping into the gender, the left side of the gender.
No, that's not it at all.
Low-key, that's the whole point.
That's not it at all. He's
Gender's
saying
on the
that
spectrum. He would rather have sex with somebody with a penis that looks pretty in his eyes.
he's not saying he's bisexual. He's saying he would rather have sex with a male who appeared hot to him. There's nothing bisexual about that.
Hey, however you want to call it, dog. It's good to see him expanding his, political takes. I like it. Go ahead, Andrew Tate. Go ahead.
The way
man.
he was describing, he's like with Megan Fox. Yeah, you've got some junk or whatever, but you can find ways to move that to the side and get the hole. But if it's Hulk Hogan, he's hairy and he's sweaty and he's got a mustache.
That's funny, dog.
Yeah.
What an interesting proposition, though.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I like that he spends his time also thinking about these hypotheticals.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Sigma male.
Big dog shit.
Thought exercises. The trolley problem, or would I fuck a 0?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Before we get into predictive programming, a couple more things. First, Arian, what's that shirt? I like your shirt. It's got all the flags on it.
Yeah, this is FUBU, dog. Right
Okay.
here. Boom. This is FUBU. So a while back, I was reminiscing about my youth, and there's a few things that I wanted to buy that I couldn't buy because I was broke. FUBU gear, and I got some. Tommy Hilfiger jeans, and I think we talked about some of the shoes in East Bay magazine.
Yeah.
Some of those. So I did that a while back, and this is a FUBU shirt from that.
Because I was going to ask you what the flag was next to the American flag, the red and black one. I think that's the only one I don't know.
This one?
Yeah.
That's the symbol for FUBU. So like,
got it.
LL Cool J. So they put an L on like the left side of their sleeves. It's LL. Yeah, Japan. I think that's France, Canada, Nigeria, US of A, Ghana, UK, Italy.
Yep,
Fucking killed that shit.
I think so.
Fuck with me.
It's
I'm
cool
good at
shirt.
things like that. Like me, Big T can guess things. I can guess flags.
Okay, all right.
Let's
Big-
pull up
Big T.
some. Hold, please.
Oh no, that was a joke. You're not good at guessing things. And
I
I'm
am
not
good at guessing
flags.
things. I am good at guessing
No,
things.
you're not.
I
Every time we do
100%
this,
am.
you fail, bro.
Y'all keep doing one weird pigeonhole shit.
Pick the lane.
It
Pick the
has
lane.
no. It has to come up organically. Like it's got to be. I did
wanna
it the
get-
other day. I'm
wanna get at
trying.
guessing organic shit.
I'm trying to
Hey,
remember
just-
what it was the other day.
How many people do you think could fit in the University of Washington Stadium?
Like how many seats does it have?
Yeah, what's the capacity?
I would guess Husky Stadium has a capacity of 68,000.
70,138. That's pretty good.
Yep.
That one's good. That was good. Now, if we want to play the percentages, let's do it. Want to do another one?
Sure.
Iowa State Cyclone Stadium.
I don't know how many games I've watched at Iowa State. I'm going to say I really have no idea what their stadium looks like. This is just a fucking guess. 59.
61.5.
Pretty close.
Pretty good.
That's not bad. That is not bad. That's not bad. That was
Stadiums I'll be pretty
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, I think you can eyeball because you're good at you watch college football. That makes sense.
Give me one more.
All right. Let's go with how many people can you fit inside of the Duke basketball gym?
Oh, that's good. It's not a lot. I'm going to say 7,400.
Cameron Indoor has 9,314 seats.
I didn't.
Is it?
I didn't
Are
think
they
it was
that
many.
small?
Oh, it's tiny. I'm shocked it's that
9,000
many.
people?
Yeah, it's very small.
What the fuck? Why is that not computing in my head?
It's a very loud stadium. There's not a lot of people that go to Duke.
That's true. Wow. That's like a high school gym, bruh.
I mean, Duke's not that small.
Look at this gym, Maddie.
No. I'm looking at I know Cameron Indoor small, but Duke's enrollment is 18,000.
Is it really that much?
Yeah, that's what it
I
says.
guess undergrad probably not as much, right?
Yeah, probably not. Hold
They have
on.
a lot of grads?
Okay. So undergrad is 6,500 in 2021.
Yeah.
So wow, they have a lot of grad students.
And you can't even tell from the outside that it's a gym. It just looks like another building.
Yeah.
I'm fucked up right now because I have never even pondered that question before. So I was like assuming it's like a regular. This is small, dog. This is like very small.
I've never been there, but if and when Tennessee eventually plays there, now that they do this ACC SEC challenge, I will 100% be there.
Yeah, because the kids at Duke have to literally camp out in tents for like weeks at a time to get tickets for Duke UNC.
And you have to take a test.
Yeah.
That's the most Duke thing ever.
Yeah.
They have
To be
admissions. They have an SAT to see if you can watch.
And the
basketball
questions are crazy. It's like such and such player posted what on his Instagram 2 weeks ago.
What?
That's
It's
Really?
batshit insane.
Because they want like real fans there.
Yes.
That's
Let me see if I can find it.
crazy.
Duke basketball student test.
That is so Duke of them to do that.
Okay, here's last year's exam.
Yeah, so I was just looking while you looking that up. I was looking at the Chapel Hill gym, and that's I grew up. That was my favorite basketball team growing up. It's 21,000. So I was thinking it was something around there because they rivals and they play all the time. It's 9,000 people in that gym. That is a high school championship game. Matter of fact, high school championship games have more people than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually they're
That's-
playing at like a bigger.
That blew. I learned something today. That's wild.
So here's some of the questions on the Duke student knowledge exam. Who are the all-time career leaders in points, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks for Duke? You do all that. Then do that for a single game. List every one of Duke's 8 Naismith National Players of the Year. Which Duke basketball players have won medals at the Olympics. List the year, opponent, location, starting lineup, final score, and most outstanding player for each of Duke's national championships.
Now, do they take their phones? They have to do
Yeah,
this on the fly?
I assume so, yeah.
Holy shit.
Where was John Shire's first win as official head coach, against what team, and what was the final score?
That's
You
kind
have
of
to
lit, though.
study
I'm not
to
against this.
attend a basketball game. That's so stupid.
That is so
Nah,
stupid.
I'm with this. Nah, you get like real fans in that bitch.
It said that the official plans for Cameron Indoor Stadium were first sketched on what object and by which 2 people. Like, who the...
Is it multiple choice?
No.
What's that answer? I want to know.
I don't know. It's blank.
Oh,
This is like the PDF of the test. Which recruiting class is credited with being the class that saved Coach K? Please list the year they began their Duke careers. What major recruiting change did the staff make before the year?
Allowing one and dones. And Kyrie Irving. That's part of the answer to that one.
I have no idea.
Is this just for the Duke UNC game or for like season
So
tickets?
I think this is for, I don't think they do season tickets, right? Because you have to camp out for all the different, I think this is to like, I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think this is to like get your spot in the tent city.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that's bad. Tell you what, let's get to preemptive programming. Arian, before we get into predictive programming, I do have one question for you, though, about a challenge I'm about to do. We're going to go field punts, and we have to catch 20 punts in a row off a jugs machine before we can leave the live stream. So it's going to be, I'm trying to remember who it is. It's Big Cat, Dave, Rico, Eddie, Mincy.
Dave might be one of the most unathletic people I've seen at the company. It's so
Jerry?
funny.
Jersey Jerry, yeah. So all of us, we have to catch at least one punt, and we have to catch 20 in a row. Do you have any tips for us in regards to fielding a punt?
Yeah, let it hit your chest and trap it.
Really?
Yeah, don't try to grab it with your because it's hard to gauge and especially like as it spins, it kind of changes trajectory. So if you look at all punt returners, all kick returners, they let it hit their chest. They trap it.
Because that receiver, you're told not to let it hit your chest, right?
But that's very different because the way it's coming from the quarterback, you know how it's coming, you know the trajectory, you can follow it 99 times out of 100. With the punt, it's very hard, and so punters are taught the reason why they want to punt it in a spiral like that is because as it goes like this, it travels through, and as the nose dives, it drops very fast, and that's really hard to gauge when you're doing it with your hands, especially y'all because y'all ain't really athletes like that.
Yeah.
So, let me no disrespect, but but if you look at just look at punt returners. Any punt returner, they catch it with their chest, all of them. Boom, trap it.
Okay. Elbows together.
No, just trap it. Just get your hands in close and then trap it like that. Boom.
Okay.
Did you see the high school that ran the greatest fake punt of all time?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I saw that. That came across my
Google
timeline.
It's awesome. They have
That
the
shit was
punter.
hard.
They snap it to him. He takes like one step forward like he's about to kick it and launches it up like underhand so it looks like a punt.
But he hides. He
gets behind like the wall. Yeah.
And so that allows him to throw it up. That shit was great.
And throws it up like he's playing jackpot. And the return team thinks it's a punt. And then the gunner just goes down there and boxes him out and catches it.
It's a great plan. It's actually very innovative. I laughed when I seen it.
I can't believe nobody's ever done that before.
That
I've seen. Man. I may have happened at some point.
What makes me upset is like, yo, you pull out maybe one of the greatest design plays, maybe of all time, on like opening weekend. Why not wait like until you actually need it?
High school's been going a few weeks.
That's good. I like this.
Game 3 or 4.
Maybe it was their biggest region game of the year. Who knows?
Could have been a good game. But if you do that shit in a championship game, bruh.
Yeah.
Hell of a move either way. Hell of a move.
So I don't hate this because you're already in your opponent's territory. So if you don't catch it, it's incomplete, and then they get the ball back on their own 40.
Yeah.
So you're not pinned. They don't have the ball in plus territory already.
It rocks anyway.
There's also no way you don't The only way you don't catch it is if you drop it, because it's a total surprise. And every punt team in America is taught when it's up in the air and it's close, Peter, get away. You run away. Hot, get away.
Yeah.
And so as it's coming, the defense is going to spread out. And so it's a brilliant play, actually.
I love that. So let's get to predictive programming. It's brought to you by Pardon My Cheesesteak. Pardon My Cheesesteak's finally back. Ordering Pardon My Cheesesteak for game day or late night is the best play call that you can make. Pardon My Cheesesteak brings you awesome cheesesteaks, loaded fries delivered right to your doorstep. Take your pick of the delicious cheesesteaks made with fresh, thin sliced steak, melted provolone, mouth-watering cheese sauce, caramelized onions, all on a toasted hoagie roll. Classic cheesesteaks, chipotle cheesesteaks, chicken cheesesteaks, chipotle chicken cheesesteaks, buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, and chicken bacon ranch cheesesteaks. You can order the popular Big Cat combo, get your cheesesteak of choice, fries, and a drink. For dessert, try the new donut dippers. Delicious donut holes tossed in cinnamon sugar, served with rich caramel sauce. Find a Pardon My Cheesesteak near you. Order yours now at pardonmycheesesteak.com. If you use code MACRO10, you get $10 off orders of $30 or more. Promo code MACRO10, $10 off orders of $30 or more, only with Pardon My Cheesesteak. Okay, let's dip our toes into predictive programming, also known as the Simpsons did it theory. It's called that because the Simpsons have seemingly been able to predict multiple things that have happened in the future, not because they see the future allegedly, but according to predictive programming, because they've been told what's going to happen and they want to condition you as to what to expect. So like the classic example is they had an episode where Donald Trump was going down an escalator in the Trump building in New York City, and he was about to run for president of the United States. Fast forward to 2016, Donald Trump goes down that escalator and announces that he's running for president.
Was that one real?
Yeah.
I thought that might have been fake.
No, maybe I got taken.
I know they say at one point, like Lisa becomes president. She says we inherited like a bad economy from President Trump. But
Yeah.
I thought the escalator, I didn't think that was real.
Okay, that one may have been debunked. Let's see.
I honestly don't know.
I thought it was real, but I never really looked into it.
Okay, I might be totally wrong. One of the most famous predictions from The Simpsons was that Donald Trump would become president. This is partly true. Lisa did actually reference Donald Trump being president in an episode that aired in 2000. Oh, but the escalator one was broadcast in 2015 after Trump announced he had run for president. Hand up. I'm wrong. Got that one wrong. Good job, Big T.
Thank you, Big T.
Thank you, Big T, for clearing up the misinformation.
Yep, keeping the fake news off this program.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But there are other Simpsons did it theories that have been very famous and talked about a lot. There's just been the Simpsons did it. They did an episode where it was the city of New York versus Homer Simpson, and Lisa tried to convince the family to go to the Big Apple by holding up a print advertisement promoting $9 bus fares to New York. The 9 in the ad is juxtaposed with an image of the Twin Towers in the background, making it look like it says 9/11. And later on, Homer was running up and down the Twin Towers looking for a bathroom. The showrunner says the show's predictions and eerie omens are all luck and the sheer quantity of the episodes ever produced. One of our writers, the guy whose episode predicted Donald Trump as president, said it best: if you write 700 episodes and you don't predict anything, then you're pretty bad. That's fair. That's a fair point. But predictive programming, it's been talked about a lot recently in the news. It was started by a guy named Alan Watt, who was, depending on which website you look at, either a conspiracy theorist or a researcher.
That's funny.
I prefer the latter.
He's an independent researcher, Alan Watt, and he passed away in 2021. And he's been compared to Alex Jones, who also discusses predictive programming a lot. He defined predictive programming as a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented by our leaders. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them, will accept them as natural progressions, thus lessening possible public resistance and commotion. So the theory is that the powers that be, whether it's the government or Illuminati or whatever you choose to believe is at the top, want society to accept an idea that they have. And the best way for society to be able to accept these ideas is if they see them on TV or in a movie and they've already seen it once, so their reaction to it happening in real life won't necessarily be like, what the fuck is going on? It'll be like, oh, this is just like what I saw in Hunger Games. And Hunger Games is one of the biggest examples that people use sometimes of predictive programming. But we can get to that in a little bit. That's a very funny one to me that they use that as an example. But supporters of the theory say that the government also employs a technique so people don't lose trust in the established system. They say the government plans a complex situation, then hides references to it in media so that people become accustomed to the feelings caused by these situations. Then when the situation does arise, people will look to the government for their solutions to these problems. Psychologists and researchers consider incidents of predictive programming as either coincidences or scenarios that were determined to have already been likely based on research that ended up happening. I kind of subscribe to that, and we can talk about it as we discuss the specific examples. But typically, people who are writing for TV shows and writing for movies, the best ideas are the ones that are put forth by writers that have like a crazy or new interesting idea based on where society is going, right? So if you have those kinds of ideas, a lot of times you might work closely with people who are in whatever industry that might be and be like, hey, what does the future of like criminology look like? And they'll say, well, you know, we've got this technology that we're working on. We've started to implement facial recognition. Cameras are capable of it. And I think lots of businesses will have facial recognition cameras in the future that will help us solve crimes. So you write an episode of Law and Order that's set like 15 years in the future. That's probably a bad example. But you write an episode of a TV show that's set 15 years in the future, and they've got facial recognition that they're using to catch criminals. And then when it does happen in real life, you're like, whoa, this is just like Minority Report. Isn't that crazy? And then you can say, oh, Minority Report was preconditioning us through predictive programming to accept facial recognition everywhere that we go.
Star Trek as well. Like if you look back at old Star Trek episodes, they're very like all of their technology is like shit that we have now. Like not all of it, but like a lot of it, like iPads, shit like that. There's a lot of those things that they have just thought of. When to me, it's more just like probability, futuristic things that people thought of back in the day, end up coming to fruition either for a need for that or wouldn't that be cool to see if we can make it.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I'm waiting on though is I forget what they call it. Shit. Oh man, I'm a Trekkie. I need to know this. The food generator, where you go up there and you say whatever food you want, and it can just generate whatever it is. What is that called? You never seen that? Yeah,
no. Food generator?
Yeah. Sounds like a 3D printer.
Nah.
You're talking about a kitchen?
A woman?
The replicator. No, it's called. There it goes.
That's good. That's good.
Joke, Mackenzie.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm mad I didn't come up with it.
She was talking about breast milk.
That's wild, Mac.
It's
called a replicator.
Okay.
I found an example of this yesterday that was going viral on Twitter before I even knew this is what we're doing. Are you familiar with this Bitcoin theory?
No.
So you know the guy that they say invented Bitcoin, this anonymous guy, Satoshi Nakamoto, is what they call him. Do you know what Satoshi means in Japanese?
No.
It means knowledge or wisdom.
Okay.
Do you know what Nakamoto means?
No.
Central origin, or one who lives in the middle.
Okay.
Can you put those together and see what they might mean?
Knowledgeable about a central system.
Central origin and knowledge. Central intelligence.
Oh.
So people think that the CIA invented Bitcoin and like hid their name in there as the founder.
They have to hide clues.
Yeah.
They have to give you an opportunity to spell out.
In all seriousness, though, the CIA inventing Bitcoin kind of makes sense.
It's totally secretive. No one will ever know. Everyone get this.
It creates like instability. Like it could be an agent of chaos.
Yeah. Interesting. Why is it that people that would believe in predictive programming and things like that, and I'm not saying that it's never been done, that things have never been inserted into like movies or pop culture from the government to condition you for anything. I'm not willing to like completely put a blanket statement on that, because I think it might have. But why would they want to leave these clues? Because people that are like locked in and always connecting dots, why do they think the government would put clues in it that you could figure out?
I mean, the U.S. government does love telling people to go fuck themselves.
But why would they intentionally give you like a roadmap to?
There's a nice little fuck you, do something about it.
If you spend enough time, if you spend enough time online,
here it is, hit it.
Yeah, if you spend enough time online, like looking at pictures and on Wikipedia doing research on things, that you'd be able to be like, oh, they're giving it away. Like they can't resist putting in these little nuggets that we'll be able to potentially catch them at.
I mean, serial killers do that. It's spiking the football.
Serial killers do it, yeah. They're calling cards.
Yeah.
There was back when I was partially a conspiracy theorist. There's like the notion that Freemasons have to like hide in plain sight. They have to let it be known like their plans. And so back when I thought the Masons ran the whole world, that was kind of the notion I thought, was that they have to. It's in their secret teachings that they have to let you know what they're going to do before they do it.
It's like kind of a little bit honorable. It's like you have to include some hints that people could be able to find out. And then if you get away with people not figuring you out, then you can follow through on your plans.
Could have like that kind of a kink, like you want to be found out, or the thrill of the chase is enticing.
Yeah, it's like if an NFL coach on the sidelines had to, like, wasn't allowed to cover up their mouths whenever they were like calling a play out. You had to tell your opponent what the play was half a second before the ball was snapped.
Feels better knowing I did my damage and you knew it was coming.
Yeah, you knew it was coming and you couldn't stop it. I guess that's what they're going after. But there have been a couple cases that are at the very least very interesting to look at. One of the oldest ones was the Titanic. Did you guys read about this?
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard this one.
I knew this one.
So Morgan Robertson wrote a novel in 1898. It was called The Wreck of the Titan. The book follows a ship named Titan that's believed to be unsinkable. But during its voyage in the month of April in the North Atlantic Ocean, the ship hits an iceberg and sinks, along with 2,500 passengers on board. So this was written 1898. Despite the novel being written before the Titanic was even conceptualized, there's many similarities between fictional and real-life events. There was the iceberg. There were not enough lifeboats for all the passengers on each ship. The Titan would have survived a head-on collision with the iceberg, but a glancing strike did more extensive damage. The two ships were similar size, and then 14 years later, the Titanic met the same fate as the ship in the novel. I believe it was also located in the same general area, like not too far off the coast of Newfoundland. After the Titanic sunk, some people credited Robertson with precognition and clairvoyance. He denied that.
I love that he was alive for that to happen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine hearing on the radio or reading the newspaper as the guy who wrote that book? I mean, that had to be hilarious.
I don't know. I think if you're
not for the people who died, obviously.
If you're this guy, if you're Robertson, yeah, maybe you're like going down on the ship and you're like, you gotta admit this is pretty wild. Like, it sucks, but damn, that's crazy.
Imagine having just read that book.
Yeah.
What are the chances somebody had that book on the ship?
It was only 14 years old.
Yeah, probably pretty. I don't know how widely printed books were back then.
I don't know that you would have gotten on if you'd read that book.
Maybe not.
What's the equivalent though of like now if that happens and an author does that, your phone blowing up? You know what I'm saying? Your phone blowing up, whatever. So like, what's the equivalent of your phone blowing up back in the 1800s? Like, what is the?
One of those guys on Twitter that tweets who's going to win the Super Bowl in like 7 years and who the game's going to be between. Damn, they already knew.
Did you see that there was one today? Denny's has a menu for the new Beetlejuice movie, and someone had tweeted in 2009, I would like to see Tim Burton's darkly whimsical take on something less obvious, like a Denny's menu, and then quoted it today and said it took 15 years, but my dark wish has come true. Has 164,000 likes.
Wow.
That's hilarious. There's a bunch of those examples on Twitter that somebody tweets some random shit 10 years ago and it comes true.
Yeah.
I love those examples.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, in this example, if you were the author, if you were Robertson, I think that you start to sweat a little bit when they build the Titanic and they announce like the date and location of the voyage.
You know, he was out drinking with his buddies one night. He's like, could you fucking imagine?
Yeah.
If this thing...
He's got his eyeballs on it, and then they announce like maybe he knew how many lifeboats were going to be on it.
Honestly, this is so ridiculous, it makes me almost believe this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so... It was called the Titan.
Yeah, it was called the Titan.
It's the same name.
And then I bet you as the ship was going across the Atlantic Ocean, he wasn't getting much sleep. Every night he was like, I hope everything's okay.
Do you think he was rooting for it to sink? Because book sales had to go through the roof.
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, he probably made a shit ton of money off this.
Yeah. And we were talking about it today. Yeah. Nobody remembered this stupid book.
They called him a psychic. He was famous.
Yeah, but he said like, no, I just knew a lot about shipbuilding and I know where ships tend to sink. Could have made a lot of money though.
The Titanic was a net positive for this guy.
Yes.
Like Dick Cheney profited from the Iraq War, whatever. This guy profited from the Titanic.
This guy and James Cameron.
Yeah.
Two guys that have probably made the most money.
Yeah.
Off the Titanic, yeah.
Did someone write a book about a submersible going to the Titanic about 15 years ago?
I'm sure James Cameron probably wrote a book about that. James Cameron loves the ocean.
Not me. Not Arian.
Obsessed with the ocean.
Facts. Get that shit up out my face.
So there's another recent example of this that's been brought up a couple times. The Baltimore Bridge collapse. Now, I thought it was just a distraction from Diddy's house getting raided, and that's why they steered the boat into the ship, or the boat into the bridge. But these memes were also going viral at the time. There's a movie from Netflix. It was called Leave the World Behind. And it came out about 3.5 months before the Baltimore Bridge collapse. There was a family that witnessed a large tanker ship run aground on a beach due to a cyber attack that targeted maritime navigation networks. It was this scene in Leave the World Behind that right-wing social media users began comparing the cargo ship MV Dolly's collision, alleging that the film scene had served as a warning from the elite for the real-life incident. People said that Dolly's collision was by design rather than by accident, adding that former President Barack Obama, an executive producer of the film, must have orchestrated the Dolly's crash. Another poster on X went viral trying to connect the dots. They pointed out that the ship had struck the Key Bridge in Baltimore. It was headed to Sri Lanka. The flag of Sri Lanka contains a lion, and a ship shown in the opening scene of Leave the World Behind is named White Lion. Others allege that Leave the World Behind is a warning from the elites about impending catastrophic cyber attacks. So, some people are thinking that Obama was like making phone calls and having this ship run aground in Baltimore, which would be a really strange way to spend your, how old is he, like 60? Be a strange way to spend your 60s, just like orchestrating bridge collapses.
63.
63?
It's getting up there.
Yeah. Definitely
We
greater than it
all
used to
are,
be.
brother.
I mean, what else is he doing, though?
That's true. He's not smoking anymore.
That's good.
You know, maybe this took the place. So yeah, that was from Leave the World Behind. They basically said there was a ship that ran aground, so it has to be connected somehow to this ship running aground. I would say that in this case, it's more and more likely that the navigational networks can be hacked, and so somebody wrote a movie about that, featuring that, and then it happened in real life because people already knew that ships' navigation networks could be hacked or their power could go out. That's what I'm thinking.
Yo, this one isn't on the sheet, but I heard about this one a long time ago. I recorded for this. Do you recall how Back to the Future predicted 9/11?
No.
So they say Back to the Future predicted 9/11. This is how I'm gonna walk you through it a little bit. So Marty McFly, he warned that the World Twin Towers would be attacked by Siptember 11. This is what they laid out. I say, in the scene, there's a scene called the Twin Pines Mall, and it depicts the attack. They say so. According to the theory, the word "twin" is a reference to Twin Towers, and when you turn the mall upside down, the numbers on the clock read 9/11. So if you what is it? So sorry, let me run it back. Before the attack, the video continues. The Twin Pines is represented, but after the attacks, the word "twin" is replaced by "lone," and then the two pines are replaced by a single one. So in the same way, the Twin Towers were being replaced by a single tower. What's that tower's name now?
Freedom?
Yeah. So that's what they're saying, is that in the scene, in the first scene, when he goes, it's the Twin Towers, and when he goes back into the future, and it goes back to the future, I'm sorry, it's one tower, and it's a lone. They call it a lone tower. And during the same scene, the Doc's character also displays two stopwatches, which both display and encode 9/11s on it. The Twin Pines also make an appearance in Back to the Future Part 2, in which they're seen on a projection movie screen in Marty's future house. So at the Twin Pines Mall, if you look at it, it read 1:16 a.m. when he walked by it, and when you turn 1:16 upside down, it's 9/11. That's wild, but all coincidence, obviously. But it's definitely, they ran with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things where you have to like really investigate and twist things around and be like, the hands that this clock was showing, the time that it was showing, if you turn it upside down and then you do numerology with it and add two things together, then it equals this. It's just about people trying to like connect dots that aren't necessarily even there in their own brains. I feel like sometimes to feel like the world has a little bit more sense of order than it really does, rather than just accepting that chaos happens and chaotic shit happens. So like with Hunger Games, so people who are into predictive programming, they always point to Hunger Games and they say like, that's the government trying to condition us to a future society where food is going to be scarce, and then we're going to have to like fight against each other, instead of cooperating together to work against the government. But I don't know how you can say it's predictive programming when that hasn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again?
So people are saying that the Hunger Games is predictive programming to make us feel like it's a possibility that we'll get to a place where food will be so scarce that we'll have to like essentially fight against each other, not have enough food. But they're saying that they're predicting a future that hasn't happened yet for us. So they're just saying it's going to get there at some point, and when it does, the government will have predicted it in a movie.
May I play devil's advocate to that?
Sure.
Because I'm sure your response to these examples we already have is, well, you just picked convenient coincidences.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't say that and then also say, well, you can't say that because it hasn't happened yet. Those are the real believers.
Well, they're diehards. They're calling their shot.
They're not only using the examples we already have. They're saying this is going to be one as well. So you can't say you're just picking these convenient things for you when they're also saying things that are going to happen in the future.
Well, I would also say with the Hunger Games that if anything, the film would make people rebel against a government that could get them to that point. Right?
Okay.
Where it's not like the government in the Hunger Games is the good guys. And it's not like we're being pre-programmed to root for whatever system's in place to get us to the Hunger Games. If anything, it's scaring us away.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm just saying you can't have it both ways.
There's probably some fairness to that. But do you understand what I'm saying? Where it's like,
yes,
if the Hunger Games was actually put forth by the government to get us ready for that future, don't you think they wouldn't have made the government such the bad guys in that movie?
Maybe. Who directed those movies?
I forget.
Couldn't tell. Who? Maybe that guy went rogue. Maybe
Yeah.
have we checked on him? Is he locked in a basement somewhere?
I have not checked on him. No. We'll figure it out.
Who
Or
knows?
her.
Never finished those movies either. Too many. Watched the first few, and then apparently there's like 5 more. I don't know.
I saw the start and the end of the first one.
Okay.
So I can pretty much fill in the gaps and tell you what happened.
Yeah. Don't they kill the president, right?
I don't know.
Y'all know.
Katniss wins.
Mad Dog, you've for sure seen these.
Oh, I was big on these.
Yeah. So don't they like kill the president?
They kill they killed Julianne Moore, who was like the president, or is like the someone else. I mean, it's been like 10 years.
They basically overtake the government.
Yeah, Katniss
So
and Peeta
it's-
end up together. Spoiler alert, and they're in
Yeah.
a field with their children, and everything is good.
A lot of movies end
Fire
in
movies.
fields with kids. One of the movies
Freedom.
on this list does. Good movie, by the way.
Which one?
Knowing.
Haven't seen it.
Good movie. I don't know what the reviews on it are, but good movie.
So in Knowing, it's 2009, Nicolas Cage. It's got a scene where Nicolas Cage watches a newscast talking about a burning oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. The next year, in 2010, there was a massive oil rig fire in the Gulf, and people spliced it together on YouTube to show the comparison between the movie and what happened in real life. The movie's premise was about predicting cataclysmic events. The plot revolves around an MIT astrophysicist discovering a document stored in a time capsule for 50 years that correctly predicted several major disasters using the 50 years it was buried.
Oh damn! I low-key want to mute you because I want to watch this now.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
It has a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm telling you that is wrong. It is a
I
good
love
movie.
shit like this. I love shit like that.
Yo-
Can we just move on to the next one, bro? I don't want to know what happens, bro.
Wait,
They don't tell you what happens.
So Big T.
Okay.
If it ends in a field with his family, does that mean that he died?
No, that I didn't give away. You have to just go watch a movie. Watch the movie.
That seems like Hollywood smashes the family in a field button whenever they want to show that a character's dead.
It does
Yeah.
not end with his family in a field.
Okay.
With like the white glossy like matte effect over it.
Yeah.
Like they're dead.
Oh, there's that, and then
I know
there's
exactly what
also
you're
like
talking about.
the husband and wife, if they're like in bed together,
Yep.
and it's like white sheets,
Mhm.
and it's just their faces, and they're like rolling around and
They're like playing around.
playing around in bed. Yeah, one of the two's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means that they're dead.
Yep.
Who
Yep.
came up with those things?
I know. Like
Or like baking in the kitchen, and they're putting
Yeah,
frosting on the nose.
like
Oh,
just
yeah.
goofing. Just goofing.
Yeah, laughing around the house.
Yep.
Having a joyful moment. Dead.
Yeah, like she's in the kitchen and he comes up behind her, puts his arms around
Yeah.
her waist,
Yeah.
kisses her on the cheek, and then she turns around. They start dancing together
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
To no
Dancing
music.
is a good telltale sign.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead. Sorry,
So
she,
dead.
she
you're
died.
Right,
Super
dog.
dead.
I'm
She's
trying
like,
to think of all these
Are
movies.
you
but one of
filming
them
right
made
now?
them
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
stop it. So you never hug your wife in the kitchen.
Exactly.
She's gonna die.
Goes up to the camera, tries to cover the camera.
Yeah, stop. No.
Rip.
Mike, I
Rip.
just got out of bed. I don't even have my makeup on.
Yeah.
But watch Knowing. It is a good movie.
I'm gonna watch that when we done with this.
Cool.
There's some other examples that we can talk about.
Because it's rare that Big T says movies are good.
Yeah, it's true.
That's not
That's a
true.
good point.
No,
But
but
if we rewind this podcast back, brother, I was it's fair to say you don't like many things in general. Movies, you're a harsh critic of.
That's no. I'm just very in tune with what I like.
That is a
That's
euphemism
fair enough.
for you don't like a lot of things.
You say tomato.
I
I like a ton of movies. There's a lot of good movies I like.
I haven't heard them, so I will take all your movie suggestions because you don't like a lot of.
Watch this movie. I guarantee you'll like it.
Anyone
I'm
but
in.
you.
It's
Good
on
too,
it's on Peacock.
Mhm.
Loved
sold.
Anyone But You.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question about Peacock. Is Peacock just NBC?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
their app.
NBC's streaming.
I thought so, dog. And it hit me the other day when I clicked on Peacock and it just had dots all in the same color of the old Peacock of NBC. And lo and behold, it is.
Nothing gets past you.
It
I'm
didn't,
fucking.
it didn't hit you when you're like,
You can't trick me, dog.
it's a peacock and it's the NBC logo.
I mean, it took a minute. I ain't gonna lie, it took a minute. It took
Yeah.
A couple years, it seems.
Yeah, no, yeah.
There
I thought I cracked the code over. I had the Da Vinci Code over here.
were a couple.
Another movie I like.
Oh
Da Vinci
yeah, it's a
Code?
good
Yeah.
adventure one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
I read those books in like middle school, and my grandma became very concerned and was giving me counter literature to the Da Vinci Code to make sure I knew that it wasn't real.
That was a big industry back then.
Yeah.
Because it was implying things about Jesus in the book, and so a lot of churches and a lot of Christian groups, they circled the wagons.
Yeah.
And they're like, we need to make sure that we can get our story out there. Because
So they
there's a lot of
basically
misinfo.
alleged that Jesus had a wife
Yeah.
and a bloodline.
Yes.
That would be fire.
It would be, right?
Yeah,
Angels
you
and
couldn't tell them
Demons
shit.
is actually the better movie. I believe that's the second one.
That's spicy. That's a spicy take.
If I recall correctly.
So okay, again, I was flipping through movies last night looking for something to watch, and there's one called Finch on Apple TV where Tom Hanks is alone again, but he has a robot and a dog, and it looks really bad. But I think Tom Hanks may be top 2 greatest actors of all time. But this looks horrible, and I was wondering if any of y'all saw it.
I have not seen that. No.
Okay, it looks really bad just from the trailer, so I didn't tap in. But my trust in Tom Hanks is super high.
Yeah,
It's
I would
Tom
agree
Hanks,
with
then it's Tom Cruise.
I
mean,
have
Tom
a
Cruise
take.
is above Tom Hanks.
And I don't know if I've said this on this show before, but I'd like y'all's reaction to it.
Let's do it.
I don't know what makes an actor good or not. And I am of the opinion generally
That's interesting.
that of all the actors that you've heard of, they're probably all pretty much on the same level, and it just depends what shit you're in.
No.
If you put Tom Hanks in a bad movie, he's not going to be a good actor.
But the movie
just-
would be better with Tom Hanks in it.
Yes, 100%. Acting is the greatest actors. This is my humble opinion, right? Yeah, I took theater in high school. I've been in a couple things. Like I'm a fan of the art. Acting is basically you're able to evoke emotions like on call, and you're able to get into characters that not a lot of people can do. It's the reason why Heath Ledger's Joker role was so powerful, is because he was able to evoke and display emotions from that character's perspective. And it's not everybody can do that. So like Tom Hanks, I would say he's like top, him, Denzel Washington, like those are probably the 2, like one of the best actors of all time in my opinion. And there's a bunch of them. I don't want to leave anybody out, but like great actors bring out a character in a film like exponentially better. Like you're right, they could get in a bad role in a bad movie, but that role would be exponentially worse without that great acting.
Maybe.
So
I've never seen an actor and been like, that guy's way better than other actors.
watch the last
Tom Hanks.
Watch the last like 20 minutes of Captain Phillips.
Just the last 20 minutes?
Well, no, you want to watch the entire thing, but from the point where I don't want to give anything away, but like the last 20 minutes of Captain Phillips, you're gonna be like, holy fuck.
I think I've seen most of that movie on TikTok.
Okay.
So, like,
all the courthouse scenes where they're going through the that's not Captain Phillips, that's the Sully movie.
Yeah.
Never mind. I've seen most of the Sully movie on TikTok.
Have you seen 7 Pounds? Not 7 Pounds. What's the John where he has his son and he's broke? Will Smith.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Pursuit of Happiness. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. I spelled happiness wrong on a spelling test in 1st or 2nd grade because of that movie.
Yep.
And my teacher marked it wrong. I said, no, it's not. I saw this on the movie. She said, did you watch it? I said, no. She said, if you watched the movie, they would have told you it's spelled wrong. And I was like, well, that's horse shit because they put it on the movie poster.
Reparations.
Watch that movie as an adult, and you can see like there's levels to acting, and it's the reason why these cats get 20 million a film. It's because the emotion that they're able to draw from it's a very special talent that can be enhanced with practice.
I'm not saying anybody can do it. I'm just saying that of all the ones that are, at the top of the game, I can't really distinguish one from another in terms of talent.
So you mean to tell me you can't tell the difference between a Keanu Reeves movie and a Tom Hanks movie, acting wise?
Like, but they're different things.
I agree, for a reason though. So if you look, like, to me, Keanu Reeves is not that good of an actor relative to like his counterparts who are like amazing, right? He's really good in these services. He's like, I wouldn't say that because Tom Cruise is the GOAT to me. But if you look at, there's definitely levels to being able to act. I guess if you don't see it, you don't see it. It strikes me as odd.
I do, and like I certainly acknowledge that there are. I'm saying of all the ones that like your A-list movie stars, all the ones that are already at the top.
Oh.
I can't distinguish a difference really. Like I've never watched a movie and been like, that movie would have been much better with X, Y, or Z in that role.
Oh, I have. Like the Matrix. I love, that's one of my favorite movies of all time. But Will Smith actually turned that movie down to do Wild Wild West. I don't know if you know, that shit's crazy. But he was in the middle of doing Wild Wild West and he said he didn't want to do the Matrix. Will Smith in the Matrix role makes that movie exponentially better. Oh my God. But Keanu Reeves does a great job. It's just Will Smith is a better actor.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I got to get running. Can you guys finish up like the Stanley Kubrick stuff and all that?
Yeah.
I have to hit the road like right now.
See you later.
Have fun punting.
Hope you catch those punts.
Hope you drop every one.
Is it a possibility that if you're listening to this, you're still punting?
No, this shouldn't be nearly as
not,
bad
for
as the
their
free
sake.
throws.
Is it going to be live? Where can I watch it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's live. It'll be on Barstool pages.
Yeah.
All right,
well, that's every day, I think.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Drop every one.
Oh, finally, am I right?
Get that guy the fuck out of here.
2:34. He said 2:30. I was sitting here like, when's this motherfucker gonna leave? Now we can have some fun.
There we go, baby.
Dad's gone.
Back to this 9/11 conspiracy. I think this shit is real. No. All right. PFT had to go catch punts. Personally hope he drops every single one. I'll be watching. There was a few more predictive programming ones that we wanted to just kind of lightly mention. There's a bunch. I mean, there's so many out there. If you just Google this shit, there's a whole bunch out there because people have. A funny one that I saw that's not on this list is flat earthers think that Moana reveals that there's a flat earth. Like if you look in the ocean and stuff. Like,
Oh, fill me in on this. I can be woke to this.
I don't know that I looked into it deep enough to look at the specific claim, but I remember watching a flat earth video a while back that said if you look at Disney always drops clues that the earth is flat, and he showed Moana as an example, and I think that was the time where I was like, all right, dog, you lost me.
So it looks like there's a woman named Amber Plaster who is big on this.
The flat earth?
Yeah, in Moana.
Okay, let's go.
I'm trying to I can't really gather all of her stuff.
Amber Plaster?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Earth Not a Globe, Moana, How Far I'll Go. Great song, by the way. Are you hyped for Moana too?
Oh, bro, you have no idea. That's funny. Funny. My baby moms, we was playing Moana, and my youngest daughter, she just turned 1. She loves Moana. She will stop everything and watch that shit. And she was fucking with me, and so she's like, "Yo, Moana 2 is out," and I was like, "What?" So I'm like looking, and it's the part where they enter the cave, and for some reason it just didn't compute that I've seen this shit before. I was like, "What are they doing?" And then they were like, "We're looking for his what is little what is that thing he lost?"
The stick.
The crab had it. Fuck, I forget what it's called.
The scepter of
there you
whatever.
Go. And there I was like, damn, that nigga lost that shit again, and the whole room started busting up laughing because everybody knew they was fucking with me.
You may have to come to Chicago for Moana too.
I'm down, bro.
November 27th.
Y'all, matter of fact, y'all ain't pulled up on me yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Y'all got to pull up on me.
Maybe when you get a dog, we'll come down.
Oh.
Hey,
get a dog before Thanksgiving. We'll
hang on. A lot, dog. You're pulling the trigger before Thanksgiving
that's 3 months.
September 4th.
But when you do get a dog, we have to make a video.
Dogs. You said 3 months is not a long time. It's a long time. I mean, it's not a long time to like figure it out.
Whenever you do, though, we will come.
Listen, get a dog, get a sideline passes to Dolphins Texans on December 15th, and I'm there.
September, did you say?
December 15th.
I don't think they have sideline passes.
Damn.
Like
they do for you.
I think you can. I can probably for sure chill on the sidelines, but I think maybe y'all can get down there before the game. But then when the game starts up,
that's fine.
I would be willing to.
No, that works. Yeah. That works.
All right, let's talk turkey.
I'd love to go to a Texans game with you guys.
Let's pull up. We have a box. We have a nice little time, man.
Oh.
I'd also love to go to a Tennessee.
You say that a lot.
I crave Neyland.
Me too.
What happened over there, man? You be wanting to go to Tennessee more than Big T.
I know. I don't know. I'm telling you, this fall is big for football. This fall is doing something.
This fall's hottest new trend, football.
You ever heard of it?
Hot new bombshells entered the villa.
I want to go. I wanted to go back last year too, but we couldn't figure it out. But I can't describe to you how much fun I had when we all went to Tennessee 2 years ago. Like it was so cool for me. And I want to do it again. I want to go.
And we shoved you in a trunk.
And you shoved me in a trunk.
The facts, yeah.
Multiple times. I want to go back. I think I'm slowly getting in on college football more. I think it's
the coolest thing that exists.
I think I'm appreciating the vibes of college football slowly more.
You know what I do? I want to tailgate.
Let's tailgate.
Tailgating is an experience from football that I never got to experience.
Yeah, that is very funny to think about.
That is that's like one of the funner things about football. Is
so
tailgating.
Fun. We should go to a Bills tailgate. That's like
I was gonna say or a Browns tailgate. Yeah, and we go to Muni Lot.
I want to go to the guy at the Bills games who cooks the pizza in the office drawer.
Yeah. Yep. Dave did a pizza review with that guy.
Yeah. No, that rocks.
Mm-hmm. God, guys, let's just start let's just go on the road.
Let's do an episode on tailgating.
That would be good.
But we do it from a tailgate?
Yeah, we do it from...
And we have to research
I think we have to do it from different tailgates.
Yeah.
The
like
whole
Mackenzie,
episode is like 3 or 4 tailgates.
Mackenzie researches the Bills.
You could do an episode on just the Bills, like, tailgate.
Lore.
Like, yeah.
I would also like to go to a Bills game, and I would also like to experience wing nuts.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm in the football spirit. I really, really am trying.
You are an Ohio State fan, right?
No, I'm a Notre Dame fan. Notre Dame. Me and Mackenzie.
Oh,
my dog's name is.
That's one of the worst ones to be, though.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. My dog's name is Rudy, and my brother's name is Gip.
Not because they lose, though, but because I think like one of the biggest and one of the funnest part of college football is like rivalries, and they don't really have one other than like USC, maybe
Miami.
Catholics.
See, that's not really. It's not really a good.
Yeah, it's not like Ohio State, Michigan, or anything like that. No.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, no, I'm not an Ohio State fan. Not growing up, I wasn't.
And also, y'all ain't never in no conference championships. That's
Right.
another
No, yeah,
thing
that's the most annoying part is like the haters. Like people are just so
You have to defend yourself.
like people hate Notre Dame when they hate Notre Dame, so it's like
It's because they like the stepchild of football that got bestowed all these privileges that they
Yeah.
didn't really never earn. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
that's fair.
I mean, they are one of the most historic programs in the
Yeah,
history
they're
of
like
the
very
sport.
traditional.
But just because they was first, they didn't earn they didn't have no magnificent run. Like everybody hates them because like they just like got bestowed. Like they was never nice.
Well, that's not correct.
Yeah, no.
When was they nice?
How
when
many?
was they ever like dynasty?
They've won 11 national championships.
When they had when brothers weren't even playing. That shit don't count.
They won one in '88. That's
Okay.
the
I
77.
won.
I'll count
Alright.
77 and
Alright,
73.
I was two. I don't remember that shit. And there's not a lot of Notre Dame fans touting like we won one in '88, dog. It's just not a. It was alright. They was never nice like that.
But it's not always about that. I think I'm going to a Notre Dame game in a couple weeks. Actually, I'm like so fucking excited.
I love the stadium. I ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
I'm
That was one of
telling
my
you.
favorite places to play.
I'm
One of my
telling you,
favorite
it's in the air this year for me. I'm picking up on it this year.
Yeah, the vibes are high.
I
I see
know.
it.
I also just looked at the weather report when Big T said that it's going to be 65 this Saturday in Chicago. And like, that's really going to get me going. Cause actually it's been ever since Big T was talking about like the first Saturday when you wake up and it's like 54 degrees and you go walk and get your coffee. That really put me in a mental spot where I'm like, I'm
I love
so
that.
in.
Mentally, I am
love
there.
Yeah.
Fall's my favorite time of year, dog. And then it's followed up by my second favorite time. I love fall and I love winter. I love.
I now living in Chicago has changed this a little bit because it's quite a bit more harsh. But I'm not anti-winter either.
I love winter, dog.
It
It's
was
one of my
not too
favorite
bad
times.
last year.
No.
I
Yeah, it
love
really
getting
wasn't.
up
There
in
was
the
a couple
morning,
weeks, but
making sure my car is warm, starting the car, and then that brisk walk to my car. I fucking love it, dog. Me being able to see my breath, I shit fills me with so
Yeah.
much joy. Christmas is around the corner, dog.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. I also think this year I'm more settled into Chicago life. And so now I can appreciate the Chicago fall more than like last year. Last year I was still like getting my bearings. Now I can like fully dive into Chicago fall, which is wonderful and amazing. So I'm like Chicago's summertime in Chicago rocks. Like that really was awesome. But like now I get to transition. Maybe take it a lighter a little bit, less drinking. Just more vibes.
September.
Those are the
September.
vibes, though.
God, I'm like, yeah.
Golfing in the fall, Arian.
Talk that shit, man.
great.
And then
Toss that shit.
imagine Arian when you get your dog like taking a walk in the morning with your cup of coffee, a sweatshirt on, and the dog.
Me and name yet to be seen.
Yeah, can we name the dog?
We just overlooking on the porch. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm petting his head. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. Can't wait for the winter. I don't know if this nigga gonna be here or not though. I'm getting there. I'm like at 45%. Y'all push me to 45%.
That's good. That's good.
Do you have any name ideas floating around?
It's gonna be something fire, but I don't know. I'm with Big T. I gotta see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
got a
catch a
meeting.
vibe.
I got a meeting.
yeah.
But I'm almost there. Man. I've had this picture of him pulled up on my computer since we've been talking about it.
Oh.
This is a gorgeous looking dog, man. Beautiful little dog.
This could be big for the program.
It's gonna be big.
Hang on, let me
Huh?
pull up these dogs again. I want to see what they look like in terms of a name.
Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Yeah,
I like when dogs have like a human name.
Yeah.
So do y'all want to
Doug.
tell me if you? So then, Aaron, you won't like this, but he looks like a Charlie to me.
Yeah, see, no, I'm not gonna name no dog Charlie, bro.
What does he look like to you?
It's gonna be something different.
You
know,
are
it's
good
gonna
at
be-
naming.
That's
That's
facts.
proof
My
of
baby's
your
got
children.
great names. It's gonna be something interesting. Like, so my last dog was named Yoko, which was fire.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I'm feeling Egyptian though. Something
Really?
Egyptian.
Yeah, look at him.
Wait, Egyptian.
What if
the
it's
name?
a girl?
No, not the name Egyptian. Something Egyptian.
Oh, I was gonna say. Okay.
The Egyptians were big on cats, though.
They had jackals.
Hmm.
I think they had like an obsession with jackals as well. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll figure it out. We'll see. I'm 45%, 46%. Because I keep this nigga staring at me in my soul.
Keeps going up.
46%. Yeah, the more I look at this nigga, the more it's like
Soon enough.
yeah, let me turn this nigga off because he's getting me all sappy. All right, predictive programming. Other examples include, did you find any more about the flat earth Moana jump?
No, I can't really find it, but maybe they did. I don't know. That wouldn't be the weirdest shit Disney's done.
So another one is that actually would be pretty weird if they did that. What would be weirder than them alluding to the earth is flat?
They've been doing some weird shit, bro.
Oh, you're on a conspiracy podcast. Let it fly, dog.
They've been doing some weird shit.
All right, we're gonna keep that one in the chamber then. Dark Knight Rises predicted Sandy Hook. This conspiracy sites, they highlighted a scene in The Dark Knight Rises in which Commissioner Gordon looks at a map as he tries to stop Bane's uprising. His hand strays. Oh, I remember this. His hand strays near a point on the map that reads Sandy Hook, and another that reads Narrows, which were taken to suggest a sort of subliminal message intended for us. The Dark Knight Rises was released in July 20, 2012. The Sandy Hook shooting was December 14th, 2012. In January 2013, 5 public schools in Narrows, Virginia, canceled classes for a day after an online article linked the name of their town to a conspiracy surrounding the Sandy Hook shooting. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Dark Knight Rises, which was tied to another mass shooting in Aurora, Colorado, at the time of the film's debut. I remember when Batman dropped. Yeah, Aurora was a big one. That there was a crazy dude. There's a lot of conspiracies behind him too. They're saying that he wasn't really him, and the dude that they arrested wasn't really the dude in the movie theater, and he had maybe had a second person acting with them.
Really?
But, it was swirling around back then. But I mean,
you seen what's going on in Aurora, Colorado right now?
Yeah, I saw the claims. But then originally I saw the claim and I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And then I saw a left-wing dude say, yeah, this is fucked up. We need to stop it. And then I dug a little more into it. And there's people from there doing videos from there, walking around saying like, there's no Venezuelan gangs. There are Venezuelan people that live there. And they had held like a press conference and they were saying like, we're not in gangs. We're just Venezuelan. And y'all are just being racist. That's the research I did, but again, very little.
Well, I'd seen people saying that they were like demanding the people pay them rent and shit.
Yeah, those were the claims, but that's what I'm saying. People are doing videos from those projects. I don't think they're projects, from those apartment complexes, and they're saying that they're people like walking around saying, "Look, there's no Venezuelan gangs. There's nobody." Like they were saying like y'all are just making this shit up. And then the police department did an interview from there as well, saying, we're looking into it. We don't see anything as of yet. And so that's what I saw. I mean, I see the claim that there has been Venezuelan gangs has this like one video of them like knocking on doors with guns. I can neither confirm nor deny that happened at that place. I don't know enough about that place. But that's I've seen both sides of that argument. There's no telling what's the truth, but the people holding the press conference, they're saying that there's nothing there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just seen those videos of that you were talking about too. But Aurora, Colorado, for been in the news a few times.
Yo, Colorado got some nice ass places. I'm finna go visit there soon, maybe on a whim. Let me see. The Simpsons predicted. Oh, go ahead.
There were several Simpsons ones, but Eyes Wide Shut, the Stanley Kubrick movie, which I have not seen. Have you seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
Well, apparently there's 24 minutes cut from it that was never released, and some people have speculated that the lost footage was trimmed to protect members of the global elite. And there's an article online that says after spending 2 years making the movie, Kubrick showed it to Warner Brothers in June 1999. However, the studio refused to release it unless Kubrick removed 24 minutes from the film. Kubrick refused, and 4 days after the screening, he passed away from a heart attack. But he actually died in March of 1999, obviously prior to the June meeting that they claim. So there's some, and apparently, again, have not seen the movie. I guess it's about similar situations to like the Jeffrey Epstein thing. So The 24 minutes that's missing, people want to know what's in there.
Damn. Okay.
And Stanley Kubrick filmed the fake moon landing.
Oh, I've heard that one before, yeah.
So if anyone was going to do it,
it's got to be him. Oh,
but
be on the lookout for the 24.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Of global
some of these other ones are kind of stupid, like Terminator 2 and the AI like uprising. I mean, that's not really hidden. That's just like the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
That's what happens in the film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was something I forgot to mention about the fuck, did I lose it? Back to the Future 9/11 thing. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So like I think in one of the scenes that they mentioned and we came back to, he was watching something called The Walk, and The Walk later on was a movie about a dude walking across the Twin Towers. Which is a true story. He tightrope walked across the Twin Towers.
Yeah, those guys are fucking nuts.
Yeah, but it references that in Back to the Future, the Walk, which is also Twin Towers. So there's a whole bunch of like shit like that. I ain't gonna lie. Being a conspiracy theorist is kind of fun. It's got to be kind of fun because you get to like piece.
Yeah, dude.
That ain't like what I've always wanted to do on the show, and I've mentioned this several times, and nobody ever wants to do it with me. We should just dedicate a show where we just sit there and we concoct a conspiracy theories. We take stuff that's kind of correlated, put it together, and we just concoct it, and we connect the dots until we have some like outlandish ass conspiracy theory.
I'm down to do that. That's not easy. I
know, but it'd be like a research episode where we sit there and like we all put our brain powers together. Okay, that worked. That works. Boom. Okay, that happened. We tell a story through a conspiracy theory.
I think that would just be like fairly difficult to do.
I want to try. I want to give it a go.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I want to give that shit a go. So I think there's a bunch more out there. There was a few more on this list that we could talk about, but there's 9/11, bunch of stuff. But get the gist of the theory is that the thems and the theys are out there controlling.
I don't know if they're in cahoots with Hollywood, but the CIA Bitcoin thing, like stuff like that, I could see.
There was something that came out recently that smells like a CIA psyop that Black Twitter was talking about. So about a week ago, I don't know where they're at with it now, but a lot of Palestinians were in getting in a lot of arguments with a lot of American black folks that were voting for Kamala, because the Palestinians are saying you're enabling a genocide, and the people for Kamala are saying that want to vote for Kamala are saying like this is like a lesser of two evil things. This is not us, and then Palestinians are saying this is y'all. Y'all are now the oppressors. Yeah. Like so, there was a real conversation going on that smelled very CIA. So a lot of people were like, "Yo, this is like a CIA operative mission, like trying to put two groups against each other like that." Because one of the arguments was like, why are black folks being the center of an attack from Palestinians? It didn't make a lot of sense, and so there was talks online about the CIA dabbling in those like dummy accounts and stuff like that.
What would their benefit be from that?
The CIA is known to cause mischief between two alike parties that have similar goals, right? So black folks in America have historically called out oppressive systems in America. And so the Palestinians are saying, you are now a part of the oppressive system that is aiding an oppressor, and what they feel is Israel is the oppressor. And so the CIA causing discord. So like if you look at back, like even like Malcolm X was in solidarity with the Palestinians back then in the 60s, right? A lot of black liberation movements are and were in in lock and step with the Palestinians. If you go back and read a lot of their words, and so if you're asking what their motivation would be, to me it would be that. And so like if there's, I mean, there's been a lot of CIA documents came out said the Black Panther parties and in between the two Black Panther parties, they were sowing discord, right? They were spreading false information. The CIA has admitted to this. And so, like I said, I don't have any proof of that, but that was the online discourse as of like a week, 2 weeks ago. So it's crazy, man. I wish our CIA department had some like positive shit to do.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever heard anybody being like, who's been doing a great job recently? The CIA. I've just got nothing but positive things to say about those guys.
Really been bringing everybody together lately, man.
And I'm sure they do some stuff that we don't know about that we probably need them to do, but they've done some fucked up shit too.
That's true. And I think anytime you have like clandestine operations and it's all in secret, conspiracy theories arise. It's just a breeding ground for it because there's no transparency, which I've always been a fan of transparency. But alas, here we are behind the curtains where all the shit goes down. And that is predictive programming, man. Unless anybody else got anything to add?
Nah, they're just like I said, I don't know that they're calling up Hollywood directors, but I bet there are some things out there that you've seen that is like a subtle little jab that you didn't know.
I think a lot of the times too, Hollywood or just script writers, they're like narrators of society, and either they put forth things that they would like to see or that they think is going to happen, and it can take place, and that can be interpreted as, oh, they trying to tell us,
Yeah.
I doubt the conspiracy that there's a branch of government that is influencing screenwriters. I don't know, man.
If I ever break into the government, though, I make you this promise. I will try to, when I find out the bad shit that's happening, I'll call up Hollywood and I'll try to get them to work it in, so to give people a warning. I will do that.
I'll be with that shit. That could be a bipartisan thing. Let's whistle blow.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. All right, y'all. That's Macrodosing for today. We'll see y'all next Tuesday for Nano. And yeah, man. Football back.